Opening fixture, but today they will be looking to redeem themselves. It's the last year's two finalists. They are locked in battle here at the James Ronald Webster playing field.
Yes, it's a bright afternoon. Beamerz won the toss and they're taking a good knock at it. I would have done the same thing, Millie. By looking at the pitch, I would bat on it first.
Well, we saw what happened yesterday. It was the Pointers who revived their innings from 68 for 6 to come back to among some 143, and they skilled out the foreign stars from some 80 runs. Today it's going to be the Farrington Super Sixers who have won the toss, chosen to bat, and their two opening batsmen at the crease. It's seems to be Michael Palmer, is it, and Daniel Proctor. Proctor and Palmer is the two opening batsmen, and the man with the ball in his hand is none other than the man Wazim. Wazim with the ball in his hand. Wazim with the ball in his hand. Left arm over the wicket. Two umpires, umpire Hughes and umpire Josiah John. It is Wazim to bowl to Palmer. Bowl to Palmer. Palmer is walking this one off the pad. First run on the board. They have gone for one, looking for a second. Proctor says no, I'm not going to risk it at all. So they're off the mark. They are 1 for no loss. Wazim the opening bowler. Palmer is off the mark. First ball, he's on one. Brings Daniel Proctor, the hard-hitting Daniel Proctor, with number 22 on his back. Taps away. So he's an all-arounder. Opens in the T20. Proctor looking to swing this one, coming over the upper part of the bat, and he's going to race down to the fine leg boundary. The man in hot pursuit is Jonathan Tyson, but the ball is going to win the race, and it goes away for 4. Proctor is off the mark. He is on 4, and the total goes on to 5. 5 for no loss in the course of over number 1. Just 2 balls. Proctor is on 4.
Yes, he played that shot very well, and the outfield is lightning quick, and it went into the boundary, finding for 4 runs.
Here is Wazim to bowl to Proctor. Proctor is getting a full pitch ball. Oh, a Yorker delivery. The appeal went up. Oh, this first appeal. Proctor came down hard. Oh, that bat made a song that it sounded like it was broken. Oh, he had to come down very quickly. It is Wazim again to bowl to Proctor. Bowl to Proctor. Proctor to the deliveries, pulling this one through the onside. Man off the mid-wicket boundary. Comes off the boundary. Can't stop the single. Proctor is on to 5. And the total is on to 6. 6 for no loss. Brings Palmer back on strike. Here is Wazim to bowl to Palmer. Palmer is going for a big hee-ho. Oh! Yes. Not a good looking stroke at all. Was looking for a big shot across the line, looking to hit that one some way through corner along on here, but didn't make contact. Here the ahs and the oohs going up. No harm done, no damage done at all. Wazim, a left arm bowler, a really big man. Stands about 6 feet tall. There's an adjustment in the field, moves to much square. Here is Wazim to bowl to Palmer. Palmer is hitting that one down to mid-on, can't score. Shaka Hodges in the way. Palmer remains on 1. And it brings over number 1 to an end. It is 6 for no loss. This Super Sixers winning the toss, choosing to bat in this encounter here at the James Ronald Webster Park.
You see, a while ago he played a shot that was not called for so early in the first over. He almost cost him his wicket.
Yes. A very extravagant shot we saw yesterday. It was an all-spin attack from the Pointers that did the damage for them. Really saw the demise of the Super Sixers. Wonderful bowling. A wonderful pitch here. If you're a spinner, you can get turn, you can get bounce. And if you're a seamer, there is some carry, some swing. And offer. Here is Unique to bowl from the far end. The farm around the wicket between umpire and stumps. Ball to Proctor. Proctor is getting one chopped on the pad. Not out, says the umpire. That one is going down the leg side. From our vantage point here, that one seemed to be beating the leg stump. No run resulting.
Yes, he also tried to hit him out of the ground. But there's a slight breeze blowing from
Yannick again to bowl to Proctor. In the air, through extra cover. Man of the sweeper bungling fields. And stop the single. Score moves on to 7. And Proctor moves on by 1 to 6. Proctor is on 6. Here is Yannick again. Yannick to bowl to Palmer. Palmer is staring this one, looking to steer it past the man at extra cover. Can't. The man at cover there is a Shaka Hodge. You know, he always looking to throw down the stump, Shaka Hodge. Here is Yannick again to bowl to Palmer. Palmer is looking for a big shot, looking to pull that one through the onside, but just managed to get in the inner portion of the bat. It trickles back down the track. Man at mid-on fields can't score. Score remains on 7. Here's Yannick to bowl to Palmer again. Palmer is looking to steer this one past slip. Can't score. Good luck start here. Just one run off the over so far. Here is to bowl to Palmer. He's hitting this one high, hard, over the top. And has it gone away for 6? Oh no, one bounce into the fence for 4.
Yes, he made good connection on this. And it went into the boundary for 4. But the spinners are getting something out of the wicket. What do you say, Millie?
Yes, there turn, there's bounce in this wicket. So Yannick goes on, Palmer moves on to 5. It was a good over up until then. It's still not a bad over, costing him some 5 runs. But it was a really, really good over. Some 1 run of that until that final delivery, which went for 4. It is going to be Wazim to continue. Well, he had to go a long, long way for the ball, and he has to run all the way from the Central Polyclinic to come back at the commentator's booth in almost to the Raymond Igishat playing field where he has to bowl. Now, it's happening right here at the JRWP. Yannick, the man, completed 1 over, conceding some 5 runs. It is going to be Wazim, who is going to Wazim Mentos, who is going to continue from this commentator's booth end. So Honorary is over, costing him some 5 runs.
It was a pretty decent over until the last ball.
Indeed. So it's 11. Here is Mentos to bowl to Proctor. Proctor is, a loud appeal, and umpire Josiah John says not out. That is not out. He says no. That one seemed to be doing a little too much.
Yes, it was doing too much. Maybe moving down the leg side.
Well, from my vantage point, you may be seeing something different than me. It looked like it was hitting outside off. This one is hitting this one to the right of the man of mid-wicket, and he's only a spectator. He was more forward of square, and Giovanni Gums was a mere spectator as it raced away for 4 runs.
Yes, that was an excellent shot. He
Daniel
flicked it very
Proctor.
hard indeed.
$15 for no loss. Total moves on to You will have to really look to dismiss Daniel Proctor very early. Daniel Proctor is a no-nonsense batsman. If he is at the crease, he's going to look to score. Once he's at the crease, and when he hits the ball, it stays hit. I can guarantee you. It's Mentos. Mentos. Stopped by the umpire. Mentos. The ball to Proctor. Proctor looking for a big one. Hit high, hard, handsome. 6 runs.
Yes, he picked it up in style and dispatched it to the boundary. Right over the boundary for 6.
Told you when Proctor hits it, it stays hit. Total races on to 21. 21 for no loss. Over number 3. Mentos to Proctor. Proctor is coming forward and beaten outside the line of the off stump. That was a beautiful delivery. Good comeback there by Mentos. Proctor was coming forward, looking just to push it down the ground. It was beaten all ends up.
Yes, he was beaten. Excellent delivery indeed.
Here is Mentos, the ball to Proctor. Proctor is coming forward. A loud appeal. A loud appeal. Not out, says the umpire.
Not out.
Umpire says not out.
But there was a great cry from all the players on the field.
And Mentos is almost saying, umpire, what else do I have to do? What else do I have to do to see the back of Proctor? Proctor is hitting me so hard, and I'm hitting him on the pad. Here is Mentos again to bowl to Proctor. Bowl to Proctor. Proctor is coming across the line and pulling well. That is going to go onto the boundary. That's 6 runs. That is 6 runs. From our vantage point, yes, it hit the boundary rope on the full, and it closes the umpire over with another 6, and Proctor races on to 22.
Yes, if Proctor stays here, we will move to 200 very quickly.
Proctor moves on to 22, and the total is on to 27. Proctor is on 22. Proctor is on to 22. His not out partner is Palmer. He's on 5. Well, this is a really galloping start here by the Super Sixers. Winning the toss, choosing to bat at the end of over number 3. It is, would you believe it, it is 27 already. 27.
You see, they are moving at 9 runs and over. Only 3 overs and 27 on the board.
Yes, and a really good start. It is going to be Shaka Hodge, who is going to take up the attack from the far end, the Central Polyclinic end. He's going to bowl to Palmer, and his field is man on the mid-wicket boundary, man along on boundary, the 2 men out, allowed out the 30-yard circle for the power play. Here is Hodge to bowl to Palmer. Bowls to Palmer. Palmer is getting one that is looking to steer down to third man. Past third man, can't score. Is Ron Rogers, who field can't score. Can't beat that man there. The backward point. The man for the point rather. Here is Shaka Hodge to bowl to Palmer. It's in the air, peeling off there. It's running down to the third man boundary. They've gone for 1. They will come back for a second. Palmer is coming back. Ron Rogers gets onto it. Man Chapo also returning. Can't stop the 2. Total moves on to 29. Palmer is on to 7. We are in over number 4. 29. 29 it is. 7 is Palmer. 22 is Daniel Proctor. Here is Shaka Hodge to bowl to Palmer. Palmer is hitting this one straight to. It's hauling the return. And that is Honorary. And can't score. It's Palmer again to face Shaka Hodge. Bowls. And it's outside the line of the off, some can't score.
Yes,
it's experience.
Yep.
The experience, the veteran in Shaka Hodge. Immediately we are seeing something different. Shaka Hodge, the first man I ever seen bowling a bouncer as a spinner. Here is Hodge to bowl to Palmer. Bowl to Palmer. Palmer is driving his 4 runs. Glorious stroke. On that occasion, Hodge was short, he was wide. Advantage taken of a loose delivery. And he played it very, very well. Wide of the man at extra cover and down to the boundary. That goes away for 4. Palmer, he moves on to 11. And the total moves on to 31 and 31 in the course of over number 4.
Yes, that was a very good shot indeed.
Here is Hodge again to bowl to Palmer. Palmer is stuck in this one. Down to long on. A good looking stroke on that occasion, was going for power rather than placement. At the end of over number 4, at the end of the over, Palmer, he is on 12. Daniel Proctor is on 22. It is a 32 for no loss. And after comments from the man Sambo, the next voice you are going to hear is that of the man Keith Stonegraves.
Yes, they are moving quite well at 8 runs and over. At that, they are going to score very quickly. The ground is lightning fast.
So we say very good afternoon to you once again. We welcome you to the James Ronald Webster Park for this encounter between the Beamerz and the defending champion. This is in fact like a replay of the championship final last year. So wherever you are, we want to welcome you. The ground bathed in glorious sunshine. The breeze very stiff and pronounced coming out from the northeast. Ralph Hodge slips into the comments chair. Good afternoon to you, Ralph.
Good afternoon, Keith Stonegraves. A fantastic day for cricket here at the James Ronald Webster Park. Bright sunshine, gentle northeasterly breeze, and all the elements add up for certainly a good day's cricket.
So it's 32 for no loss after 4 overs. The Farrington winning the toss and deciding to bat against the Beamerz here at the James Ronald Webster Park. Daniel Proctor and Palmer opening the batting. Proctor is 22 not out. And Palmer with him, he is on 12. So we're momentary lull break in the play as Danny Proctor is having some repairs done to his pads. So the continuation of this, what should be a very exciting game here this afternoon. Yesterday the Super Sixers going down to the Pointers. Pointers so far 2 wins in the championship. They've started very well. And the Farrington Super Sixers, the defending champion, playing their first match in the competition for this year. Just a handful of spectators here on the ground, on the western side of the ground, in the stand, shaded stand, covered stand on the western side. 32 for no loss after 4 overs. Danny Proctor and Michael Palmer opening the batting. We will be seeing a change in bowling. Wasim Mintus has made way for who's the new bowler at this top end? Scorer? We're just trying to get the name of the bowler at the top end. He doesn't have a number on the back of his jersey, so that is proving problematic. Here is the bowler in Bowser Proctor, who comes. That's Palmer. Gets this one out to mid-on. Tumbling stop there by Ron Rogers, Chapeau. And there is no run. So the start of the 5th over. 1 more to go before the power play is ended. This one is carried up outside the line of the off. Some trim powerfully back, but straight to the bowler who takes it, and there is no run. Certainly a bump ball. Ball hit into the ground. Here's the left armer over the wicket, around the wicket. This one is short, and he tugs this one high there. There's a man out at long on, but he goes past him and into the boundary for 4 more runs. 4 more runs to Palmer. Palmer goes to 16, and they score on by that 4 now to 36. 36 without loss in this, the course of over number 5. Ralph Hodge.
Yes, certainly one of the things that has been present in the APL so far. Very, very poor feeling and very poor running between the wickets. That ball stayed in the air for quite a long time. The fielder actually struggled across, and the ball just ran into the boundary.
38.
Anything short of a length, well, Proctor and the other batsman, Palmer, giving you the full treatment.
We're still trying to get the name of the bowler for you. As he comes, he's a left arm. I can tell you that. Bowling around the wicket. This one is out, hit through out into the covers. They go for a run. It's not there. The throw comes into the keeper's end, but he doesn't collect cleanly. The stump broken but the batsman made his way back. It's 38. I gave you the wrong impression. Not 36 as I said moments ago. It's 38 for no loss. And this is the 5th over of 20. Play starting just about 1:30 today. Many persons woke up this morning and saw it was overcast and raining and said there wouldn't be any cricket today at the park. But that is not the case. And we're welcoming and asking and basically begging folks to come out here. Grateful to all our sponsors, and we'll be telling you about our sponsors throughout the broadcast. It's 38 for no loss. The Farrington, the defending champion in this cricket league. Honoré is the bowler. Yes, Honoré. That's Yannick Honoré. He's the left armer bowling around the wicket to the right-handed Palmer. So Palmer is on 16, 22 to Donnie Proctor, and it's 38 for no loss. Here is Honoré, past his umpire Josiah. This one is played out to the extra cover, past the man at extra cover in fact. And this guy is just barely, I don't understand what's going on here. The ball just goes a meter two in from the deep extra cover boundary, and they have in fact completed 3 runs. So 41 it is now. 41, Ralph. And I couldn't understand that fieldsman there at extra cover just lumbering off to the ball and his ball just going past him. Quite comical, I dare say. 41 it is for no loss. This is the 5th over. It's the defending champion Farrington Super Sixers up against the Stony Ground Beamers. Here is the left armer Honoré. This one is played uppishly in the air, but it lands short of the man at wide mid off a single listing. It's kind of comical here. Forgive me for laughing this way. 42 it is. 5 overs completed. Ralph Hodge, I'm just so amused by that particular fieldsman.
Yes, certainly that was the same fielder at Lawn a while ago. Not classical batting, but effective batting. The batters are waiting the bounce of the ball and hitting it. But the way the fielding has been going, probably they should run every risk possible. The Proctor putting the long handle to the bat quite a bit of the time, and so is Palmer on the other end.
So scorer, correct me, is it 41 or 42? 41 is the score. Got you. Thanks a lot, Levington Clifton. 41. We're about to see the start of over number 6. My colleague and friend John Millington in his chair, getting some sunshine, looking on at the commentary. Away to my right. Alford is to my left, and we have our Charles Mega Charles 58. This one is outside the line of the leg stump. Good delivery there from the Shaka Hodge. Wily experience of spinner. Anguilla and Leeward Islands fame, of course. And I think he may have played for the West Indies youth as well. Yes, he did. So a man who's been around for a very, very long time. 41 it is for no loss. Farrington Super Sixers winning the toss and batting. And this is over number 6. Brilliant sunshine, some white puffly clouds away in the distance. Quite a bit of blue sky. Breeze has abated momentarily, but it's still showing the flags fluttering out in the distance. The NCBA flag on the far side. This one is swung into the square leg area. Could go into the boundary. The man coming around stops it with the boot. Brilliant stop by the man running around from deep mid wicket to his right. And 2 more runs to Danny Proctor. Proctor goes to 24 now. And they score on by 2 to 43. 43 it is for no loss. The Farrington Super Sixers. Shaka Hodge bowling from the far end. Right arm off break. He'll be bowling to Danny Proctor, who comes on a drive straight back over the bowler's head, and that's 4 runs. That is a delightful stroke. Got to the pitch, danced into it, and just struck it powerfully over the head of the bowler Hodge, and into the fence it raced for 4. And the total now has gone with that boundary on to 47. 47 for no loss. That was a powerfully hit shot there by Danny Proctor. Takes him on to 28. Shaka loops this one up, and Proctor hits this one high in the air, out to long on. There's a man coming around, but he can only look up and sees it passing well over his head. Over the boundary it went. 6 runs. The 50 comes up. It's 53 now. The Farrington Super Sixers, and Proctor motors on to 34 with that 6 Ralph Hodge. A powerful blow indeed.
Quite a good shot. Ball pitched up to him, and he actually gave it the treatment way over the about 75-meter boundary on that far end.
Let's see what he does again. 53 for no loss. Proctor has gone to 34. Shaka comes in. Both Proctor drives in the air. Would he be out? No! Good attempt there, but it falls short of the man at short extra cover and goes away for 4 more runs. My word. So this man Proctor is certainly on fire. Another boundary to Proctor takes him to 38. And the score motors on now to 57 it is. And we are still in the course of over number 6. So Danny Proctor is really turning up the heat here. Really taking the Beamerz bowling attack to the sword. Batting beautifully with the number 22 on his jersey. He looks up and sees the field. This is the final over of the power play. So after this over, the field can be spread a bit as Hodge comes in now. Bosa Proctor, this one is a good delivery. Just back of a length, and Proctor just goes back and taps it back up along the pitch. The bowler fields, and there is no run. Ralph Hodge, 6 overs completed, and it's 57 it is for no loss.
And a good power play for the Super Sixers. You're talking about 8 runs and over, just 54, 9 runs and over, 9.5 runs and over, and that is quite good going. The rest of the batting in the middle order now would have to settle in, because you're looking anyway at a total now somewhere 150, 180, and if these continue in this manner, might be even better.
All right, so we are seeing a change in bowling from the commentary box end. Who's the new bowler? Giovanni Gums. Yes, saw him last season. Looked a quite a nice little bowler, handy medium pacer. So 6 overs completed, 57 runs scored. So the captain can in fact move the field out, can send some fielders outside the 30-yard circle now, and we've seen just that. The field for you very quickly. Short third man, there's a man at point. Sweeper on the deep cover boundary. Extra cover. Long on, right out on the boundary, slightly wide. Straightish mid wicket. Man down at long leg, and there's a deep square leg. There's man going back on the third man fence as well. 57 it is. As we look at the new bowler. Going in from this, the commentary box, and outside the line of the off stump, played into the offside field to point. The throw comes into the, oh my word, just misses, goes out into the onside, and Palmer gets himself 2 more runs. 59 it is, but that was so close. The man rifling the throw at the non-striker's end, and the batsman running through was out of his ground. Had he hit, I think he would have been a goner for him. 59 it is now. As we look at the bowler here again, I've got to pick up his name. This one is swung outside the off stump. There's an appeal for catch on the wicket. Is he gone? Yes, he's gone. So Palmer flashing at this one outside the line of the off stump. The ball took the outside edge, and the keeper standing back made no mistake. Ralph Hodge, 59 for 1. So the breakthrough has finally come for the Beamerz.
Certainly a straightforward catch on that occasion. Both batsmen trying to push it as much as they could, looking for as many runs as possible, and on that occasion the batsman was guilty of playing bat far away from body, getting a thin outer edge, and the wicketkeeper quite confident in taking a straightforward catch.
Yes, so the bowler, new bowler, Giovanni Gums, getting the breakthrough here for the Beamerz. A much needed breakthrough indeed, because the Farrington Super Sixers really putting on the pressure.
Yusuf Hodge.
Yusuf Hodge, I beg your pardon. I did say Giovanni Gums. Yusuf Hodge is the bowler. He got the wicket there. Yusuf Hodge getting the breakthrough there for the Beamerz. The right arm medium pacer from this the commentary box end. So the new batsman going in. That's Yusuf Hodge is the new batsman. And it's Giovanni. Yes, I got it all mixed up here then. Giovanni Gums is the bowler. Man who got the wicket. 57 it is. 57. 57 or 59? Scorer? 59. Yes, sorry for misleading you folks. Sorry for misleading you. 59 it is. It's always good to our scorer, official scorer. He gets it right. I get it wrong. A lovely day for cricket here now. It's turned out to be 59 it is. 5-9 for 1. Renford Kelsick has joined us here in the box. Good to see him. This one is carried up and is played into the offside field. The new batsman, that's Yusuf Hodge, pushing the ball out into the covers. It's picked up by Lindell Richardson, and there is no run. 59 for 1 in over number 7. Outside the off stump, comes off the edge, just goes to the right of the keeper, and this will go down to third man. They turn for 1, they're coming back for the second quite easily. The throw comes into the keeper. That one again coming off the outside edge and just going to the right of the keeper, down to third man, and 2 more runs for the Farrington. They takes the total now on to 61 for 1. And the new man, Yusuf Hodge, he's off the mark. He's got a couple. And the power hitter, Daniel Proctor has got 38. He's the non-striker. Here's Gums. This one is outside the line of the off stump. Slow delivery. Beaten all ends up driving, missing the outside edge and into the gloves of the keeper. No. 2. Yep, he's got 2. Here is Gums in now outside the line of the off stump, looking for that outside edge. It evades the outer portion of the bat, goes into the gloves of the keeper. So good over from Gums, a successful one in which he got the scalp of Palmer for 19. It's 61 for the loss of 1 after 7 overs. The Farrington Super Sixers win the toss and deciding to bat.
Certainly a change of fortunes in that over when the Farrington batsmen were going quite merrily in the first 6 overs in the power play. It seems to be a sort of different game where the new bowler, slow medium, pitching it up outside the off stump and invariably beating the bat throughout the over. Nice day here. One moment it's a little warm, the other moment it's cool, a nice breeze blowing from the northeast as usual here at the James Ronald Webster Park. We are looking down from a makeshift balcony here and looking at the proceedings, looking right across the Valley Central Polyclinic and the New Road area. Quite a change in spectacle in recent times from the cricket grounds here in the Valley.
So the new bowler will be Rudesh Ramraj from the far end of the ground, the southern end, Central Polyclinic end. We will keep it at that for now. 61 it is, 61 for 1. Farrington Super Sixers, 7 overs of 20 completed. And we look up at the new bowler. Here he is. He comes in now and bowls to Proctor outside the off stump. This one is swung down the onside and he misses one completely. Looking to hit this one high over mid-wicket. Missed it completely and taken behind by the keeper standing up.
Not a very good shot on that occasion. Once the ball is bouncing, the big shot comes out, and on that occasion the ball did not lift that much, Keith.
Yusuf Hodgson on strikers 2. Proctor 38. 61 for 1. This one is outside the off stump. Powered up to wide, long off for easy single. Proctor goes on by 1 to 39. 62 it is for 1. There's Ramraj. So we've seen the spin doing the trick. You just see his competition. He comes up now. This one is floated up in the air, but past the bowler to his left, uppishly. And from mid-off, from the covers, that's Vintos running back and doing the feeling. So Hodge goes to 3. 39 to Proctor, and it's 63. 63 it is for 1. This is the 8th over being bowled, and after this one, John Millington will be back to join Ralph. This one is swung high out to the mid-wicket area. That's gone a long way. Is it 6? 6 runs indeed. So Danny Proctor, man, this guy is making he's in a no-nonsense mood today. He's gone to 45. And with that, the score is motored on route to 69.
Yes.
69 for 1. Farrington Super Sixers as Ramraj comes in once more. Also Proctor, who goes on, misses this one. The stumps, the bails have been taken off, and he's gone.
Well,
Going down and missing it completely as the keeper. Very fine bit of work behind the stumps, Ralph. So we've seen the back of Danny Proctor going for 45. Well played 45. Some real big hitting here by Daniel Proctor. 69 for the loss of 2 in over number 8.
yeah, I think, Keith, I agree with the latter statement. Some very big hitting. It might not have been classical batting, but has been very effective. A big, strong man, and whenever he puts the bat on ball, it goes a long way. Very much like his old man, the same type of hard-hitting batsman. Only the older Proctor is a more complete batsman in terms of playing the game. But the younger one, played a fantastic innings today in terms of runs on the board, and I'm certain that the men in yellow would love his departure, and they would want to put their lock on things at the moment.
So I think the new man is Carlos Sasso, going out to replace Daniel Proctor. Out for 45 scorer, just confirming. 45, yes. It's some really powerful blows here. Number 4s will get the number of boundaries he struck, but certainly really put the Beamerz bowling to the sword here this afternoon. Daniel Proctor out for 45. It's 69 for 2, and at the end of this over, John Millington will be in to replace me. He'll be continuing with Ralph Hodge for a while. Ralph was in the middle yesterday as umpire. So Ralph is all around here in cricket in Anguilla. He's done this for many, many years. Served at the Leeward's board level, umpiring, and also very much involved with cricket here for many years. Ralph Hodge sitting next to me in the commentary box. So Ramraj has taken a wicket. So too has Giovanni Gums. 2 wickets down for 69. In over number 8 being bowled by Ramraj from the Central Polyclinic end, southern end of the ground. We are commentating from the northern end. We are looking towards the south. Behind we can see the Lime Tower, NCBA Bank, as Ramraj comes in now and bowls this one to the new man Sasu. Gets off the mark immediately, pushing this off the backward point. Gets a run. So 70 comes up on the board. It's the end of the over. After 8 overs, the Farrington Super Sixers winning the toss and batting. 70 for 2. Proctor 45, the man out, and Palmer for 18. The 2 batsmen at the crease. Hodge has 3 and Sasso 1. So further comments from Ralph, and then it will be John Millington to take you through.
Certainly one would want to say welcome back to Carlos Sasso, a man who has played representative cricket for Anguilla over the years, one who has been quite a decent batsman. He is now trying to replenish the Farrington team, the Super Sixers, which would have lost several of its players to outside engagement from Anguilla. And certainly we will see how much he has remembered, how much he is informed. Still he's on one end, certainly from the cricketing fraternity in Anguilla. Welcome back, Carlos.
Giovanni Gums. From this commentator's booth end, he broke the partnership. His previous over, removing Palmer. He's going to look to continue in that same thing. He's looking to send back to Palmer. Sasso, here is Gums. Medium pace, pass umpire, ball to Sasso. Sasso is coming forward, pushing it up the track, can't score. Sasso look as if he's in for the long haul, coming forward and just gently pushing it back down the track and say, well, Gums, I was playing this game before you were born. It's going to be Gums again. This is the commentator's booth end to bowl to Sasso. Sasso taps away. Wait for Gums to this delivery. He is coming forward, looking to taunt on the onside. Ball clean off the bottom of the bat, going on to the offside. Passing the man at point. Score moves on by 1. Looking more at the back of the bat. There is Sasso. Total moves on to 71 score. 71. Here is Gums to bowl to Yusuf. Just pushing into the extra cover. Looking for a single there. There was a no, that could have been suicidal. Good work there by Captain Lindell. He was just not being able to throw down the stumps. Sasso is on 2. Here is Guns, the ball to Yusuf Hodge. Mid on, mid off, extra cover, sweeper, backward point, fine leg, third man, mid wicket. Here is a ball that is short, playing in the air, but I'm going down to the man on the sweeper. He's halfway on the boundary. Can't stop the single though. That is the man Sanders. It moves on by 1 to 72. Here is Giovanni Guns, the ball to Sasso. Sasso wings. Next one, that is line on the pad, down the leg side. Ball ricocheting off the pad. Leg by swing will come from the umpire Josiah John. Says that's a leg by, that's all it is. So total moves on to 73. It's the Farrington Super Sixers winning the toss, choosing to bat. There's a conversation here. Ron Rogers, the oldest elder statesman, is giving Giovanni Guns some tactics. Here is Guns, the ball to Hodge. Hodge is coming back, hitting this one in there! And Henry, couldn't get to that one. The ball held up there. What was that? The slow ball appeared to be one of the slow ball, and he hit it in the wicket, and it just stood up. And the hands of Hodge came through, but luckily for him, he wasn't able. He didn't carry to Henry. The over come to an end, and at the end of over number 9, it is the Super Sixers winning the toss, choosing to bat. They are 73 for 2.
Well, certainly we have seen a lot of that in the cricket here at the James Ronald Webster Park with the newly laid pitch. The ball is holding in the pitch. We see wicket after wicket going down in that fashion. Very few of them out there tend to use the slower ball, but the wicket slows it up on its own, and that was one of the occasions when it happened a while ago.
Yes. It's going to be Ramraj will continue with Ramraj from the central polyclinic end to ball to Carlos, but to the man Sasso. Sasso is coming forward, getting this one, the portion of the background onto the onside, can't score. Honorary in the way. Ramraj tosses the ball from hand to hand, moves away past umpire Hughes, ball to Sasso. Sasso is getting one that is cutting. He's hitting that to the man on the sweeper boundary, Jonathan Tyson. Fields and sends the return. Total moves on by 1 to 74, and Sasso moves on by 1 to 3. Sasso is on 3. Brings Yusuf Hodge into strike, into this delivery. Hodge is playing it to the man there to the short. Ishmael, that's a Shaka Hodge, can't score. It's Ramraj again to ball to Hodge. Hodge is chipping and hitting it down to long on. The man coming off the boundary there is Dion Burton, the wicket-keeper batsman. Today he's not behind the stumps. He's doing duties in the field. He's very quick around the outfield. I tell you. Here is Ramraj, the ball to Sasso. So he's wrapped on the pad, loud appeal, now says umpire Hughes. You say you will have to try again, youngster. That is not out. That one is going down the leg side. You will have to try. It's a beautiful evening. One time during the day, thought that we wouldn't have had cricket. Here is Ramraj, the ball to Sasso. Sasso to this delivery is walking it on the onside, can't score. We had the Super Sixers looking to rebel after the loss of those 2 wickets. The end of over number 10, and at the end of 10, it is the Super Sixers winning the toss, choosing to bat, and at the water break, they are 74 for 2.
Yeah, quite nice going, just over 7 runs and over. Things have slowed down in the last 3 or so overs with the departure of Danny Proctor and the Palmer, but nevertheless quite a decent start. Looking at 150, 160, which could be quite a decent score unless someone from the other side would come up with some fine batting. And certainly we were talking about rain this morning. That would have been for people who are living in low-lying areas of Anguilla, because when you look down from the hill, you could certainly see that whatever rain clouds there, they were quickly going, and we would have been in for a treat in today's cricket. And so it has turned out to be a very nice day, looking down at what could be considered the Webster Park Oval. Very well laid out, nice boundary linings, a decent scoreboard from the Central Polyclinic area, a makeshift one on this area, the old Albina Lake Hodge Comprehensive School on our left, the rectory in the southeast, and there are so many historic buildings in the valley area. We can see from this vantage point the Anglican Church, the National Commercial Bank of Anguilla, formerly the Caribbean Commercial Bank. We look across at the prison, we look into residential South Valley, we look into the brand new Valley Main Road, and right before us quite a spectacle of cars parked on the far end. There's quite a lot of room for you here, so if you want to come down and enjoy a day's cricket or afternoon's cricket, there is still room for you, and certainly we would like to have you with us at the James Ronald Webster Park. I am going to give way now to my neighbor, fellow cricketer and fellow commentator, Renford Kelsey.
Well, I did not do a water break. You're not missing any cricket, and it is because of sponsors why we are able to. It's because of sponsors we are able to bring you live coverage of this the 2022 second edition APL, and we're just going to run you through some of the sponsors, friends who are on board with us.
Let me say a pleasant good afternoon to each and every one of you. It's really turned out to be a wonderful day for cricket, as we all thought that no game today, but the Lord said different. You're going to have your cricket. So the sun in all its splendor here, and our sponsors, Jiri Suda, Mahas J. Suda, American University of Anguilla, Aurora Resort and Golf Club, Najiko Insurance, Carita Walgreen Lindholm, Zemi Beach Hotel, Republic Bank Anguilla, National Commercial Bank Anguilla, Sid and Pete Supermarket, Anguilla Electronics, Best Buy Supermarket, Digicel, King Ocean, Safe Cargo, Radio Anguilla, Class FM Radio, Lloyd's Live, Mega Charles 54, and Clean Stream. So if you would like to sponsor, we are still seeking for sponsors. Just give us a call, 235-2288, and let us know whatever your contribution is. Of course, your name will be mentioned.
Indeed, we are grateful for all our sponsors, for those who are just coming on board or just came. They came on. So there are some of them who came on board for this year. Yes. And we are grateful for those who are here with us and those who are being sponsors of Anguilla cricket and youth all through the years. So we are grateful to have you on board. You are a great supporter of the Anguillan society. We are going to continue. It is Giovanni Gums who is going to take up, continue from this. The commentator's booth end over number 11. It's going to be bowling to Yusuf Hodge. We have seen time and time again where the water break has broken concentration and has caused wicket to fall. Will this be so? That's what the Beamerz would want. That's not what the Sixers would want. Giovanni Gums to Yusuf. Allow the peel outside the line of the off stump. Oh, that one was whiskers away from the outside edge. Giovanni Gums looking to drive that one through the offside. That's Yusuf Hodge looking to drive that one. And Giovanni Gums, he drummed. He was hoping that, oh, you should have taken an edge. Here is Gums again to bowl to Hodge. Bowls to Hodge to this delivery. Hodge is hitting this one over the top of backward point 4 runs. To his left, over the top, and it goes away for 4. And Hodge making use of that one. That was loose. It was short, it was wide. And Hodge said, thank you very much. And after the water break, he got some juice to drink, and he drank it well.
Yes, he did. And that one was really, really short and just gave the batsman enough room to slap it away.
Total moves on to 81. 81 it is. Here is Gums to bowl to Go to Hodge. And that is my correction on that. The score is 79. Sorry, 79. Sorry, 79. Sorry for misleading you. 79. Added some 6 rather than 4. Here is Giovanni Gums to bowl to Hodge. Hodge is hitting this one in the air. It is going down to the long boundary. Hunter is after it. He gets one. We'll come back for a second. That's all they're going to be. The man on the reward is just halfway up on the so not in the circle. Now was he back saving the boundary, and not sure that kind of field placement at all. Not sure that kind of field placement. Now, if you're out of the circle, you should be on the boundary. Here is Gums. The ball to Hodge. Ball to Hodge. Hodge is hitting this one in the air. This occasion. Oh, he's short of Henry. Well, Hodge is playing games with him. He played it over his head. Now he played it short of him. In the end, he gets one, and the total moves on to 82. 82. Yusuf Hodge is on by 1. He is on 14. Here is Gums, the ball to Sasso. Sasso is pushing it through the offside, looking for a single. Lindell can't take it up. And they're looking for a 2. We'll come back for a 2. Well, that's not a good bit of feeling there. And what could have easily been a run out turned out to be 2 runs.
Yes, a good over there for the Sixers, getting some 6 runs, I think, from it.
Well, they got some 7 runs.
7 runs from that over. Yeah. Yes, and just after the start, we saw the Giovanni getting the ball to move away from the right-arm batters. But then he's pitching too short. And then there's the one that Hodge played out, which the man should have been out on the boundary, coming in. So that one was over his head, then he called him in, and the one was short of him. So as you said, John, he seems to be playing games with the field, man.
Yes. So I know what I'm doing. It wasn't by mistake. Here is Beamerz to bowl to Yusuf Hodge. He's a hard-hitting batsman, the brother of Manson Hodge. Manson could be much aggrieved, not going on to the highest level. Here is Beamerz to bowl to Yusuf Hodge. Bowl to Hodge. Hodge to this delivery is getting one that is walking off the pad. He should have done better with that one. It was a full delivery. He just helped it down to mid-wicket on the bounce. Total moves on to 85, and Hodge moves on by 1 to 15 and brings Sasso in strike. Here is Beamerz, ball to Sasso. Sasso is hitting it. Oh, back past the bowler. It's getting close to the boundary. In fact, you could give up the chase. Splitting mid on and long on and long off into the boundary for 4.
He should have been caught.
Well, Beamerz, I wanted just to knock it down. That one was too hot for me to handle, and I couldn't take the catch. So all I wanted to do was to just knock it down. But on that occasion, didn't get a hand to it. And it goes away for 4.
Very good shot indeed, but those are the catches that the bowler is supposed to take off their own bowling.
Those are the catches that win matches. Here is Beamerz, bowl to Sasso. Sasso, so this delivery is coming back and hitting it back past the bowler. They're 1 for 1. Long on is in the way. So they get 1. Total moves on. They're into the 90s. They are 90 for 2. 90 for 2. This is a good platform, a good solid platform for the Sixers to launch from. Here is Beamerz, ball to Hodge. Hodge is steering this one. 2 backward points. Chapo moves around to his right. Can't stop the single. Total moves on by 1 to a 91. A 91 for 2 in the course of over number 12. End of this over. You're going to hear a lively voice of Mankeith Stonegraves. Here is this one, Sasso. We're looking to force this one. Look, he came on late on it. Very, very late. Almost taking it out of the hand of the keeper. Total remains on 91. And 91 for 2. Here is Beamerz. The ball to Sasso. to this delivery. Sassu's coming back and rocked on the pad. Loud appeal, not out, says the umpire. The end of the over, and at the end of over number 12, it is the Super Sixers winning the toss, choosing to bat. They are 91 and 91 for 2 after comments from the man. Kelsick, the next voice you're going to hear is that of Keith Stonegraves.
Yes, another good over here for the Beamerz. They really have checked the Sixers, the Super Sixers, because they were off to a bang, and then now bowling is getting on top of the batters at this moment.
Yes, so it's 91 for 2. We're about to see the start of over number 13. Danny Proctor scoring a blistering 45, 4 fours and 4 massive sixes. 21 to his opening partner Michael Palmer. Sassu has 5 and 18 to Yusuf Hodge. It's going to be Giovanni Gums to continue from this to commentary backson. He's up to the wicket now, balls this one outside the line of the off stump. This one keeps a trifle low and goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. The short third man, a man at point, sweep on the deep cover boundary, extra cover long on. Mid wicket, short fine leg. Deep backward, deep square leg. Giovanni Gums operating from this the commentary box in windy conditions here at the James Warner Webster Park. He goes in, bowls this one outside the line of the off stump. He fishes at this one, goes through into the gloves of the keeper, and there is no run. The score is kept on 91 for 2. 2 deliveries gone in this the 13th over of 20. The defending champions, the Farrington Super Sixers, winning the toss and deciding to bat in bright sunny conditions here. Sharp and noticeable contrast to earlier today. 2 batters meet in mid-pitch to have a chat. Sassu, the fuller and stouter of the 2. As Gums goes away from us now. He's in, bows this one outside the line of the off-stump. A good delivery, played out into the covers. Ron Rogers is there at extra cover, he feels, and there is no run. Pretty tidy over here by Giovanni Gums, Kelsick.
Yes, it is, and if he keeps that line of attack, the batsman will have to think twice.
Gums again, running away from us. He's up there now. He bows this one outside the line of the off stump, played down to third man short, and he gets himself another run. That is Yusuf Hodge. Hodge goes to 19, and it's 92 now. 92 for the loss of 2 in over number 13. So Sassu, who's on 5, comes into strike. Looks up at umpire Josiah John as Gums goes in now and bowls this one outside the line of the off stump. Hodge is 15, I beg your pardon, 15 to Hodge. Hodge is 15, and Sassu is 5, so 15 to Hodge. And 5 to Sassu, it's 92. 92 it is for 2. Farrington over number 13, still in progress. Gums goes on once one, bows this one outside the line of the off stump, played in the air. Will he be out?
Oh, that's a good catch.
Is that good catch? He's taking it? Yes.
Yes, yeah.
That's Lindell Richardson running back and taking it with his right hand above his head. Tendy Sassu. So another wicket goes down here. The batsman out. That is
Yusuf
or Sassu? I think it's Sassu. Sassu has gone for 10. And it's 92 for 3 now.
Yes, Keith, as I mentioned earlier, if the bowler continued that line, the batsman going to have to think twice. And that's exactly what happened there. Just between center and off stump, forcing them to play the shot. And that was a very good catch. I thought that the ball was going over Lindell's head, and he stuck his right hand out and plucked it out of the air. Very good catch indeed.
So the new batter is Damien Hodge, wearing the number 10 on his jersey. Number 10 made famous, of course, by the Brazilian superstar Pelé with that number 10 jersey in football, but we're talking cricket here. 92 for 3 in the course of the 13th over.
No, the 5th completed.
13 completed, I beg your pardon, didn't quite see that. So 13 gone, 92 for 3 as the new man goes out to partner Sassu, to partner Hodge. Hodge is on 15, and the new man, Damien Hodge. That's it. Damien Hodge is the new man, and he'll be taking strike. He'll be facing up to the bowler that's Ramraj.
Okay.
So Ramraj will continue from the far end. And he'll be bowling to the new man, Damien Hodge. Gets his first delivery. Hodge comes onto the front foot, wants a single and gets it quickly too. Just calling the Hodge through. So another run for the Farrington Super Sixers. They're now 92 for 3. 92 for 3. 93 for 3 in this the 14th over number 14. Here is Ramraj once more. Bowling now to Archer, comes nicely, dances down, pushes the ball into the covers. Shaka Hodge is there, short extra cover. There is no run. Score is kept on 3 down for 93, as the Australians would put it. 93 for 3, that's the way we say it. This one is attempts a swing outside the line of the off stump. Beats the batter, beats the keeper, comes behind him for leg by. So the extras column is added by 1, 94 now. 94 for 3. And this is the 14th over. So the Farrington Super Sixers looking to put up a big total here. And Ramraj goes in. This one is short, swung down to back foot up square. There's a man out there at mid wicket. Comes in, misses it completely, makes a hash of it, bounces in front of him and goes into the boundary for 4 runs. That was a bad miss there by the man coming in there from mid-wicket, Kelsey.
Yes, a very bad miss, and it was a short ball, very short indeed, and he had all the time in the world to pull it. But straight at the fielder, they instead of all he had to do just stand 1 run because he can't take the catch. Yeah, he would have he'd have had to dive a long way, but he missed it.
Missed it indeed, and he went away past him, adding insult to injury. Into the boundary, it went for 4. The umpire just signaling, and the scorer in our box has acknowledged. He didn't acknowledge for some time. 98 for 3. Ramraj goes in, and this one dances into this one. Out a long one it goes. The man rushing in quickly, knocks it down and gets it back into the bowler's end. The single is taken. 99 now for the loss of 3. And I'll get the scores for you. For both Yusuf Hodge and the new man being Damien Hodge. Damien, they slim off the 2 with on the 10 jersey. As Ramraj comes in once more from the far end. He's up there now, bows this one, loops this one up, this one he tucks nicely, delicately, down to 3rd man. They will turn for the 2nd. Ron Rogers spins and wheels and tumbles, but he gets the ball back into the keeper. Lots of excitement, lots of fun here. 2 more runs though, the century has been posted. It's now 102. 102, I make it, Mr. Scorer? 101. So the century has been posted. He has hit 101 for 3, and we've seen 14 overs completed.
Good going here with the Sixers, and I must say that Rogers still looking in good shape because he ran that ball down, and he fumbled a little bit, but he got the return back in. It seemed the last time he had some weight on him. It seemed as though he has reduced somewhat. But all in all, good going here with the Farrington Sixers, Super Sixers. The run rate has dropped a lot, and I believe from here on now, Keith, that they're going to try to push as much because you have 6 overs left from the 20.
So we are seeing a change. That's Honoré coming back in, Millie. Honoré coming back at the top here. Just confirming. Yusuf has how many, and Damien? Score for you. It's 101 for 3. 14 overs completed at the 3. Quite a bit. 17.
Bowling.
All over the place. Clean ball.
LBW? No man, the wicket look like this stump.
The stump seems to have been broken. But leg before, it's been confirmed from this distance by both Millington and Ralph. So LBW decision given in the affirmative by umpire Josiah John. So the batsman, that is Damien Hodge, walks away. It's 101 for 4 runs.
Yes, Keith, he was right inside of the wicket, right plumb in front. That's why I thought he missed the ball and he was bowled. Very good delivery there. He was coming, he seemed to me as he tried to get that one over our heads here, but he missed it completely and was adjudged LBW. Good comeback here again for the Beamerz. So 4 wickets down now, and as I mentioned earlier, Keith, we're into over number 15, and I know that the Sixers, they're going to try to push hard and see how many more runs they can get.
So 4 wickets down for 101, over number 15 in progress. The new man going out for the Sixers is Terry Adams, the veteran, wily power hitter, similar in the mold of that of Danny Proctor. Proctor got 45 today, played a wonderful knock, 4 blistering 4s and 4 massive 6s. 45 Danny Proctor got, 21 to Michael Palmer. The Farrington in the course of over number 15, and 4 wickets down for 101. Terry Adams is the new man. He looks up at the bowler Honore, who just got the wicket there of Hart. This one is played in the air off the outer edge, and my word, a more alert fieldsman coming in from point. Should have taken that one quite easily, but Terry's off the mark. He's one, and it's 102 now.
Just off the leading edge there, Kitty. He went to play in the onside.
102 for 4. So Adams gets away. He's one to his name at the non-striker's end. As Honore goes in, bows this one. A good delivery on the line of the leg stump. The batsman pushing into the onside, looking to push into the onside. It ricochets off the front pad and goes into the offside field. So as Kelsick told you, the Beamerz tightening things a bit here after the Sixers had it all their way earlier. Honore, the umpire rolling around wicket. This one is swung down to the man on the mid-wicket boundary. He's coming in and he takes the catch. He's gone.
Very good catch indeed. Very good catch, Keith.
Hodge, who's been there for some time, looking to punch this one over mid-wicket. Hit it high, and the man coming in from the deep mid-wicket boundary made no mistake. The Farrington suffers another wicket going down here. 5 wickets down now with the score on 102. 103, I think it is, for the loss of 5.
That's a well-judged catch, Keith, because the ball was struck in the air, and then the breeze, you have the ball going into the breeze. And I think it's Giovanni, I'm not too sure, who really judged that catch and took it well.
Well-judged catch with the breeze and all sorts of things happening up there with the ball in the wind. Certainly judged it well, took his time and got in very quickly. Got both hands to it. So another wicket goes down here for the Farrington. So they're now 103 for 5. And they're still in the course of number 15.
Tightening things up, Keith, as I mentioned, is the Beamerz. They're really tight. And Honore, if you notice, Keith, Honore pitching that ball, and the batters are trying to go in the onside and then taking the leading edge. But this one, he tossed it up, and the batter went into it and then got it high in the air, and went to a well-judged catch.
So the new man out there is Masimba Bowen. He's out there to pass Terry Adams. It's 103 for 5. Sister Zulma Webster has joined us in the commentary box. We say good afternoon to Zulma, joining us in the commentary team this year, yesterday. Did a wonderful job. She's new to the cricket commentary scene. It's always good to see, as we've been seeing around the world, where women are making their mark in the art of cricket commentary. So Zulma Webster, lone female voice member of our commentary team, and we certainly want to welcome her to the box. Just behind me here, Samuel Theodore, also a new man joining us in the commentary team for the very first time this season. And after this over, 103 for 5, as this one from Honor is swung into the onside, down to square leg. Man coming off the boundary, that's Watson Mentos. Another run goes into the scorebook, 104 for 5. The Terry Adams just tucking that one from outside the line of the off stump. Getting it down to the man at deep backward straight for a run. Terry got 2. Masimba Bowen, the fast bowler for the Farrington Super Sixers, takes guard from umpire John. It's Honorate the left arm. Outside the and there is no run. So that's the end of over number 15. After comments from Renford, in fact, will make a double change. We're going to bring John Millington in to describe the closing overs. And for the first time today, Tony Fleming is coming into the box. Very good afternoon to you, Tony.
Thank you, Keith, and good afternoon to all of our listeners taking our broadcast. Keenly contested game here in hand, Millington. The Beamerz really pulling things back at the halfway stage. The Farrington Super Sixers was some 75 for 2, and they would have lost 3 wickets in quick succession when only scoring 10 runs. At one stage they were 92 for 2. At the moment they are 103 for 5. So tightening the screws is the Beamerz, and pulling things back and hindering the Farrington Super Sixers from setting themselves what would have appeared to be a really big target here this afternoon.
Yeah, from scoring some 9 runs and over very early. They have been restricted nicely after the power play. Here is Sanders. The Sanders from the Farrington to bowl to Terry Adams. Sanders both. Terry Adams is pushing through the outside. Gets 1. Terry Adams. He moves on to. That makes it 3. Masimba Bowen yet to score, the captain of the Super Sixers. Masimba Bowen, tall, lanky. Here is Sanders. Bowens is hitting this one to mid-wicket, short mid-wicket. That one was short, and that one could have been hit anywhere. That bat readiness sounded like the best. Just miss time in there. Here is Sanders to go to Bowens. Bowens is opening up and hitting this one high, hard. 6 runs. It was short. It was a bad delivery. He got away on the first occasion. He pitched it there again. Masimba Bowens said, "You are not going to be that fortunate on the second occasion," and he pulled it over the forward square. That goes away for 6.
Yes, accepting that one, Millie. Bowen opening up the shoulders and pulling that one and giving himself some room and clearing the boundary, and the man on the.
Here is Sanders to Bowens. Bowens is playing through the offside, can't score. Looking for a single. Terry Adams. Terry Adams will always tell you it takes 2 batsmen to make a run. So if you want to run and he says no, well, it's half of a run and you could get run out. So you know what you don't need to do. Terry Adams is not going to take on those very fast singles at all, those sharp singles. You are not going to get them from Terry Adams. It is 109 for 5. Farrington Super Sixers. 110 the scorer tells me. Here is the ball. He's covering up Masimba Bowen. 110 for 5. In the course of over number 16, here is the Sanders, the bowl to Bowens. Bowens is he was rocking back and giving himself room, and he smashed it to extra cover. It's a Shaka Hodge who feels the ball ricocheting off his hand onto the side of his face, and in the process they get 1. So the over coming to an end. The end of over number 15. It is the Super Sixers winning the toss, choosing to bat there 111 for 5.
Yes, Masimba Bowen just drawing back and punching that one, and Shaka Hodge equal to the task as well, diving and stopping it from going for a boundary, but in the process giving up a run as well, and the score has moved on to 111 for 5. Down to the business overs, where the Farrington Super Sixers will certainly look to push on to maybe over 150, 160 to give themselves a chance. So far we have seen in excess of 140 runs being scored and being defended properly by the Blowing Point pointers so far.
It's going to be honoring. It's final over. So ball to Masimba Bowen. Ball to Bowen. Bowen is getting one that he's looking to the offside. Doesn't make contact. Bowen plays a big ball. It's going to be honorary again. Ball to Bowen around the wicket. Ball to Bowen. Bowen is pushing this one to backward point, looking for a single. Non-existent. He throws it away. And that is another good bit of feeling there by Ramraj. Masimba Bowen gets one. The total moves on to 113. I make it. 113 scorer. 112. Well, I'm not sure why I'm counting faster than the scorer. Here is Henry to ball to Terry Adams. Ball to Adams. You know, by stumps, Adams is getting this one on the onside. They're going for one. We'll look for a second, not Adams at all. Masimba Bowen was scampering back for a second run. Terry Adams says, no, I'm not going to come back there. Total moves on to 113. Terry Adams is signaling for his cap. So this helmet is not working for me at all. I need some freedom. Here is Henry to ball to Bowen. Bowen is covering up the ball. He's looking for a sharp single here. It could be trouble. And that's a wayward throw from Shaka Hodge. Not the best of throw from a Hodge. And Adam gets home. Total moves on by 1 to 114. 114 it is for 5. Adams is on. Adams moves on by 1.
4, right?
He is on 5.
4.
And Masimba Bowen. It's going to be honorary again. The ball to Adams. Adams. Oh, looking for a big shot there. No run resulting. So that run was actually Masimba Bowen. That was Masimba Bowen and not Adams. Adams is now on strike. Left arm around the wicket between umpire and stump. Goes in the honorary to ball to Adams. Adams is sitting in 2 extra cover, can't score. In the end of the over number 17 coming to an end, and at the end of over number 17 it is the Super Sixers winning the toss, choosing to bat their 114 for 5.
Over number 17 just been completed, and pegged back just a bit here is the Farrington Super Sixers. I'm certainly sure that they would have been thinking that they would have been further ahead, maybe somewhere in the range of maybe 130, 135 thereabout. But it's through some really tight bowling from the Beamerz, clawing their way back into this encounter here this afternoon, catching well and feeling well, and not giving any freebies to the Farrington Super Sixers, who would have had a solid start and a solid foundation.
Bowen's on 9. Adams, he is on 4. It's 114. The start of over number 18. It's going to see the experience of the veteran Shaka Hodge. Right arm over the wicket from the Central Polyclinic end. It's a beautiful day here. We can't stop stressing how the day has turned out to be. In some mid-morning, we would have thought that there would have been no cricket at all possible today. Had some nice showers. Thank God for those showers of blessing. We needed them. Here is Shaka Hodge to bowl to Bowens. Bowens to this delivery is getting one that was looking to hit hard rather than timing, and ball coming off the outer portion, going back down the wicket to Hodge. Here is Hodge to bowl to Bowen. Bowen is hitting this one down too long on. They have gone for 1. Brings Honorary off the boundary. Can't stop the single. Total moves on to 115. Bowen moves on to 10. Bowen is on 10. Brings Terry Adams, who is on 4 on strike. Veteran versus veteran. It is Shaka Hodge that is saying to Masimba Bowen, you need to remain in your crease. I am not going to take those. You're not going to get any head start of me. Again, we say a big shout out. Thanks to our sponsors. We will run through those again. Here is some adjustments to the field. Man at backward square in the boundary. Mid wicket, mid on. Long on, long off, extra cover. Point, deep extra cover. And whitish mid off. It is a Shaka Hodge. The ball to Terry Adams, ball to Adams. Adams is going down the track and flat bats that one out to mid wicket. He gets 1, he moves on to 5, and the total moves on to 116. When Daniel Proctor and Palmer was going, they looked like 175. Here is Hodge to ball to Boynes. Boynes is ball. Boynes is ball and looking to hit that one across the line. He should have been looking to hit that ball straight. He went across the line instead of going straight back down the ground. He went across the line and loses his off stump. And a further setback for the Farrington Super Sixers. The captain goes ball for 10.
Yes, Millington, we know that Shaka is a wily veteran and spins the ball very well, judges the pace of the wicket and what delivery he needs to bowl on occasion. And this time, Bowen trying to really push the scoring on really a big heave-ho and was bowled all end up. And Shaka is saying, well, if you miss, I'll certainly hit. And this time that was the case. And you see in the back of Masimba Bowen, the captain of the Farrington Super Sixers, and further setback in pushing the score to what they would have really liked, having had that solid platform they started off with, Millie.
Indeed. And it's going to be Raymond Adams. It's the man runner who's going to try to do left-handed batsman. Adams, the nephew of Terry Adams. Going to try to do battle. He's going to do battle for the Super Sixers. Shaka Hodge making some adjustments to his field. Looking to finish on a high here. The Beamerz. Here is Shaka Hodge. Right arm over the wicket to bowl to Adams. That's a wide delivery. It was fast. It was very fast, flatter delivery, but too wide. As we see a change in the atmosphere, in the weather. As we look in the east, we are seeing some dark clouds. Hodge bowls to Adams. Adams is pushing up the arm side. Hodge moves to his left and fields. No run resulting. Score remains at 117 in the course of over number 18. Here is Hodge to bowl to Adams. Adams is looking to cut. Doesn't make contact. Overcoming to and a very good over there by Shaka Hodge. Over in which he removed Masimba Bowen and only conceded some 3 runs in that over. Tony.
Yes, and Shaka really keeping the squeeze on the Farrington Super Sixers here, and they certainly will be very disappointed. The Farrington Super Sixers are still at the stage at 117 for 6 with just another 2 overs to go. Millie, they will certainly feel very disappointed that they have not been able to push the scoring further on where it's at the moment. But at the same time, in saying that as well, we have to say kudos to the Beamerz for really tightening the screws, especially after that break in the halfway stage. They've really done things well.
Here is Sanders, the ball to Adams. Adams is pulling well, pulling for, is that 6? That looks like 6. Oh, 4 runs, he says. He says that's 4, but that was a lovely shot. Oh, it will pull, it was hit with disdain. It was short and it pulled it forward of square. That goes away for 4. That's a beautiful shot there by Terry Adams.
It's almost as if
121. Terry Adams moves on to 9. Here is Sanders to Adams. Adams is hitting this one down too long on. They've gone for 1. Dion Burton is at home and sends a good return on the bounce. Total moves on to 122. Terry Adams moves on to 10. And Terry Adams is on 10. Brings Rannon. Not yet off the mark. Takes his guard from umpire Josiah John. Umpire Hughes is just saying, I'm at a point. I can't make the chip over to square leg just now. It is the 19th over. The wrist spinner of Akeem Sanders to bowl to Adams. Adams is getting a full delivery outside the off stump. Doesn't make contact. It was a full toss. Wide call by the umpire. And Sanders looks back and says, but umpire, that one wasn't that wide. Here is Sanders to bowl to Adams. Adams is getting one outside the off stump. Doesn't make contact. Looking to take that one through the offside. Adams, he is looking to open his stance, but as he's more flatter, faster. This one, he's getting back to this one. He is and hitting it into the boundary for 4. That's not, and I'm not sure at this time why Ramraj is on the boundary. You will need people like Lindell Richardson on the boundary, Shaka Hodge, but Ramraj is on the square leg boundary, and it's not helping the Beamerz. It's bleeding runs.
Well, that's what they feel they have got set. So Adams, they're probably just a little bit too anxious to get bat and ball to really push things on. This time he connected well, and it was 4 good runs.
Here is Sanders to bowl to Adams. Adams is hitting this one down the ground, in the air. You're going to get runs here. They've gone for 1. Rano wants to come back for a second. Not Terry Adams. Dion Broughton sends the return, and they get 1. 128 it is. Rana is on 5. Terry Adams, the right-handed batsman, he's on strike. Sanders tosses the ball from hand to hand, moves away, passes umpire. Ball to Adams, he's pulling this one. Again down to long on, and Dion Broughton feels well. As the ball kicks off this very fast surface, one bounce and he kicked to his right. Broughton was right there. He said, you're not going to go anywhere. You're going to come right into my grasp. The end of the over, and at the end of over number 19, it is 129 for 6 with 1 over remaining. What can they get from this one?
Well, they were certainly looking to score in excess of 15 runs in this over to at least push the score past 140, that is, because that seems to be a pretty good score defending on this wicket that we have seen so far. High scored in this tournament for this 2022 season has been 143 scored by the Blowing Point Pointers, and they were able to defend it very well both yesterday and the previous weekend, and so they will looking to do that as well.
Hodge to bowl to Adams. This one is short and he's hitting it to extra cover. This could be close, but Rana gets in. Lindell Richardson moving to his left. Well, not moving as freely as he would have wanted to, but in the end, Rana gets home. Terry Adams moves on by 1 to 12, and the total to 130. 130 for 6 in the final over. Would have been looking somewhere close to 100 when Palmer and Proctor started in the power play, and at the end of the power play they were 50 odd without loss. Had a really good power play, but the Beamerz called their way back into the game, and it's an even Steven game as it is at this moment. Here is Shaka Hodge, the ball to the left-handed Adams. Adams is hitting this one high, hard, handsome, 6 runs. Lovely shot by Rana. He saw Jonathan Tyson down there at mid-wicket. He said, Tyson, I'm going to take you on because I know my strength. And he hit it well out of the mid of the bat and down to the Tom run shade, goes away for 6.
Yes, good shot there by young Adams. It was flighted nicely and he latched onto it and pulled it over the fence for 6 runs. No chance for the fielders out on the outfield boundaries at all, Millie.
Here is Hodge to bowl to Adams. Bowl to Adams. Adams is going again, but his bowl on this occasion, quicker, faster ball. That was flatter, faster, and Adams loses his leg stump. Hodge celebrates. Hodge to get out of here. You are very lucky getting that one. Not again. And knocks back the leg stump. Adams goes. It's 136 for 7.
Yes, certainly. Shaka Hodge saying, I gave you a gift, now take this one. Flatter, much faster, and Adams not equal to the task being bowled. All ends up here. And yes, being bowled all ends up. We're into the final over. Just about winding things down, and they are looking to score as many runs as possible. The Farrington Super Sixers at the moment, they're 136 for 6, and just a couple more deliveries to go. They will certainly look to push it past the 140 in the doom batter in Millie.
It seems to be run there longer. That seems to be longer. The new batter run there longer. Seems to be the new batter, Shaka Hodge. It's 136 for 7. Longwell will face Shaka Hodge. Make some adjustments. Mid-wicket, backward square on the boundary. There is Hodge to bowl to Longwell, bowls, and he's hitting this one. Oh, drop! That should have been taken straight to the man at mid-wicket on the circle and drops it. That seems to be Ramraj. Not having a good day at all. He didn't have a good day with the ball. And he's not having a good day in the field. And when you're not having a good day, the ball tends to follow you. 137 it is. Brings Terry Adams on strike. Here is Hodge to bowl to Adams. Adams is hitting this one. Down to long on. They have gone for one. They are looking for a second. Longwell is going back. Hodge! Adams had no interest in coming back. And Longwell ran 2 runs by himself. Ran 2 by himself. But the scoreboard will only show you 1.
Well, I think that's poor running there, and Terry on the part of Terry Adams. He should have been looking to really see out the rest of the over, being the set batter in there. And it would have been an easy 2 runs had he really was up for the task, Millie.
There is Hodge to bowl to Longwell. Longwell is getting one right down the leg side. And they've gone through for a single. Leg buys off the pad. The end of the over, the end of the innings. And the Super Sixers will be disappointed with the score. But with 139 on the board, with their bowling lineup, they can say, you know what, runs on the board. Oh yeah. The breeze is, we are feeling a very, very, very chilly breeze that is blowing across the park. No, we started in glorious sunshine. We are feeling a very chilly breeze at the moment. Runs on the board, Tony.
Yes, Millie, runs on the board. There was runs on the board at the end of 13 overs. The Farrington Super Sixers, they were 92 for 2 to end up at 139 for the loss of 7 wickets after 20 overs. I'm certainly sure that they will feel disappointed, but like Millie says, the runs are there to be had by the Beamerz. They will have to chase those runs at their turn at bat, and the Farrington Super Sixers, with the bowling prowess that they exhibit, will have other ideas as well, Millie. And so we are in for a good game of cricket here this afternoon. Sun has just left us momentarily. It's stiff, chilly breeze, as you would say, and we want to say to especially those who are really taking in our broadcast, because they send the feedback when the broadcast is not coming through as clear as they would like. They usually send the message and just to let us know of how the reception is on their end as well. We apologize for we don't have any control over the wind, so to speak. We might need to probably get some more sound dampeners, mic covers and so forth, but we'll try our best to at least broadcast well for you, Millie. And just before you go, just want to make mention of the athletes that are out there doing well for Anguilla as well. Hassani Hennis is taking part in the cycling, the Pan American Cycling Championship down there in Argentina. And not only that, we've had the likes of Muriel Carty as well, who are at the moment running for his state college there, Coppin State College University, and they would have copped the bronze medal in the 4x100 meters. And so we want to say kudos to all of our athletes who are really out there putting Anguilla on the mark where athletics and the sport of cycling, be it cricket, is concerned, Millie.
Yes, indeed, for those and as we are here, for those persons who would have heard, in recent times we seem to be losing a number of our cricketers, veteran. We know not too long ago we would have lost Shane Warne, old veteran, and last night we got the news that another of the Australian former cricketer in the person of Simon got killed in a car accident. And so to all cricket lovers, to those persons who would have, at some point, had the opportunity to see Simon, he was a very explosive all around.
And he would have been the prototype player for this kind of game as well. Was an excellent fielder, hard-hitting batter as well, could bowl both some off-spin and medium pace, and he was just an amazing cricketer, especially in the one-day format as well. I was reading a news bulletin, a sports bulletin, where the former Australian captain, that of Michael Clarke, was a little bit on the downside of things because apparently there was some strain in their relationship as well, and to having the parting without mending fences, he was a little bit disheartened that he didn't took the time to really patch those things up as well.
Yes, it is a number for athletes. When they leave the scene, we have a contribution, be it in coaching, in management, somewhere coming back from them. And so as we lose them, it is talents that we can't, and resources that we can't use. But nonetheless, the Lord gives and the Lord takes away.
Yes, he's the one.
It is cricket. It is a beautiful day here in Anguilla, and we are happy to be bringing you live coverage of the APL Season 2. We started here last year, and we started with some 4 teams. This year we have grown by 1, and it is the Foreign Stars, the new team on the block. And without sponsors, it is impossible for us to continue bringing coverage or to continue any activity at all in Anguilla. And so we are grateful for those who are on board, who are making sure that sponsorship is available for us to bring you the action.
Certainly, Millie, you talked about sponsorship as well, and we can't forget other persons who have stretched forth their resources for our athletes as well. The likes of Cardi, who would have identified sponsorship for the start of the journey to Kingsborough College community there in New York area. We want to thank Cardi for that as well, and we want to thank all those players who were really contributed to the sport of some of our athletes, be it basketball, volleyball, netball, tennis, cricket, football, as the case may be. You might say, well, Anguilla is a very small island, so to speak, but we've got tremendous talent here on the island, and if harnessed properly, we can certainly punch the tickets and do numbers. The sky's the limit. For our per capita, we've really produced some outstanding athletes, Millington, across the board of things, and it's a true testament of what you can do when the necessary resources are put in place, the scholarships, the programs, the sponsorships that are so useful to us in bringing even tournaments like these, who give the opportunity to youngsters to play the sport and to display themselves and to advertise themselves further afield as well. All the players, the media side of things, we've got the likes of Lloyd Live here in Clean Stream and Charles Mega 54. I'm certainly sure it's not easy to really, produce these cameras to produce those nice pictures that you're seeing out there. So we want to really thank them very much. I'm going to take my leave, and Zulma Webster will come in and she will highlight our major sponsors for this tournament, for the APL T20 2022. We will give her a chance to really highlight those persons who have given for the benefit of this encounter.
Yeah, so we're going to have a double change here, and Zulma slipping next to me. I'm going to slip out, and you're going to hear the man, Kitson Green.
Well, thank you so very much, Millie. I know you're making way for football in a bit. Both yourself and Tony, as we say, welcome to Zulma. And Zulma, as all the sponsors, and this is something we need to talk about quite a bit. The sponsors, they're so important to this competition. The more sponsors we get, the more the prize money can increase, and it's just good for the game of cricket. Good afternoon to you, Zulma.
Good afternoon, Keith. It's nice to be back with you this afternoon. Just a while ago, we've seen the Farrington Superstars versus the Beamerz, and the score at the end of that, the 20 overs, was 139 for 7. And in just a few moments, you'll be seeing the Beamerz again, and they will have to make in their 20 overs 140 to win the game. So this afternoon we want to bring you up to date with our sponsors for this cricket tournament, and our sponsors are Jerry's Suda, Miha J. Suda, American University of Anguilla, Aurora Resort and Golf Course, that's Golf Club, Nagico Insurance, Carita Walgreen Lindum, Zimmy Beach Hotel, Republic Bank of Anguilla, National Commercial Bank of Anguilla in CBA, Sid and Pete Supermarket, Anguilla Electronics, Best Buy Supermarket, Digicel, King Ocean, Safe Cargo, Radio Anguilla, Class FM Radio, Lloyd's Live, Mega Charles 54, and Clean Stream. Those are our sponsors, and if you are interested in sponsoring, you're welcome to do so. Just give Alkins Rogers a call.
Yes, certainly we can't say enough, Zulma, about our sponsors. They're so important to this particular competition, the second edition of the Anguilla Premier League T20. And as Zulma indicated, the Farrington 139 for 7 of their 20 overs. And so it means the Stony Ground Beamerz would need to get 140. This is a replay, a remake if you like, a replay of the championship final last year when these two teams met here. The Beamerz are off to a poor start this season. They lost their opening game. This is the first game for the Farrington this season. Certainly the blowing point, the pointers have been doing well. They have 2 victories under the belt. The Foreign Stars, a victory under their belt as well. So, but it's early days in the competition. But again and again and again, we have to single out our sponsors. They're so important, so critical to this competition. And I understand at the end of the tournament there's something big in store, and they're trying to get more and more sponsors, the organizers of this competition, to come on board and provide the sponsorship. But the prize money, I know, for example, I could say this, because this has been said publicly, that prize money for this year has been increased, and that is good, and I'm sure the cricketers will be very happy indeed. They'll be very happy indeed to hear that. You'll not miss any cricket as we are into the break after the 20 overs. The Farrington winning the toss and batting got to 139 for 7, with Daniel Proctor top scorer with 45, 4 fours and 4 sixes. Played very well. At one stage we thought the Farrington could have gotten up to perhaps 175, Zulma 180 or thereabouts. But full marks to the Beamers. They came back very strongly in the middle of the innings from about the 12th, 13th over. This really pulled things back and restricted the Super Sixers from going on to what I saw clearly early with the way Danny Proctor and Palmer were going in particular. Very early on when they rushed to 50 off it was, I think it was 7 overs. They were really going great guns, and one would have thought they would have gotten up to about 180 or thereabouts. But full marks to the Beamers. They clawed back nicely. Their spinners in particular, Shaka Hodge with all his experience, Ramraj also bowled pretty well, and Giovanni Gums, he bowled very well, the medium pacer from the commentary box end of the ground.
Well, I haven't seen the beginning of the game today, but for that portion that I've seen, I would want to think that the guys have actually done a wonderful job. I mean, making a score of 139 for 20 overs is a score to be reckoned with.
Certainly. So the ground staff, the man Black, just doing some gardening, if you like, just sweeping away some debris on the pitch, and very soon we'll be getting things underway here. Certainly the number of spectators have taken the opportunity to come into the ground. They are all, most of them, on the western end of the ground, under the covered stand, away to our right from this, our northern point of broadcasting here at the James Warner Webster Park. A few cars have populated the southern end, in the area in front of and directly across from the Central Polyclinic, that near the tennis court facility here. A few cars have certainly moved in there, folks looking from the comfort of their vehicles to this contest. We are hoping it will be gripping. These two teams, whenever they meet, they tend to put on a good show, and we are hoping that today will be no different. We've lost the sunshine, or at least the bulk of the sunshine. There's still some sort of a hazy sunshine. But again, this morning when we woke up this morning and we saw the dark clouds away in the east, and there was some rain, patches of rain, pockets of rain around. We thought there wouldn't be any cricket, but the ground has dried out very nicely. The pitch was well covered overnight, no damage to the pitch, just 1 or 2 little soft areas on adjacent strips. But those, with the wind blowing through, the strong winds that we've been getting, mostly from the northeast, that has certainly cleared things up. The umpires are going out. The umpires, Josiah John and Calvin Hughes, are making their way out, and very shortly we'll be getting underway with the start of the Beamers innings. They need to get 140 if they're to win this contest, and the flip side, the Farrington Super Sixers will need to get 10 wickets if they're to win this game here today. It's the first game for the Sixers in the new season, of course the Sixers being the defending champion. So as the players go out, the Sixers, we will await the start of the innings. We'll see the Beamers openers going out. We'll get the openers for you as they make their way out from under the tent to our right. And again, it's good to see folks coming out to cricket. Cricket's certainly one of the top sports in the region, around the world. One of the foundation sports. Cricket and netball and football, those are the foundation sports. Followed in later years by basketball and tennis and those other sports. Lyndon Richardson and Ian Burton. Yes, an experienced player going out to start the innings here for the Beamers. So 139 is the target, 140 is the target for the Beamers, or 10 wickets for the Super Sixers. So Burton and Captain Lyndon Richardson. Burton is the vice captain, so captain and vice captain, so they want to lead from the front here. Lyndon Richardson has played many years for the Anguilla team, also represented the Leewards in first class cricket season here in the Caribbean. And Dion Burton, who's a very good player as well, very dapper player. We saw him last year, batted very, very well. I've always been impressed by Burton. I like his style, has a number of strokes. So we will be seeing the opening bowler. Could you help me with the opening bowler, Tony? Simba Bowen? That doesn't look like Simba to me. We'll get that for you in just a while. So Burton will take first knock, number 7. That is Joseph Gum. No, not Joseph Gums. That is my good friend Joe. So it's Damien. We're trying to get it here. Damien Hodge. Yeah, Damien Hodge. Yes, got it. Thanks a lot, Tony Fleming. Theodore Samuel is here as well. Renford Kelsick. You heard from John Millington, of course, our female commentator. And we can't say enough about Sister Zulma joining us here in the box. It's so good to have a female. Get the genders all sorted out up here as well. It's good to have that mix, that balance. So it's going to be Damien Hodge with the number 7 jersey. That one is normally reserved for Joe Gums. But Joe Gums isn't playing today. Well, not on this team. Joe Gums is on the Beamerz team. So it's going to be Damien Hodge. He'll be bowling right arm and he'll be bowling over the wicket to the left-handed Dion Burton. Here he goes, away from us. He's up there now and bows outside the line of the leg stump. This one goes down the onside. The signal not coming from the umpire Josiah John. A little lenient, I thought there. I thought he might have called a wide on that occasion. So this young man, Damien Hodge, working up, he made his first delivery, has a bit of pace. The field just a solitary slip. There's a backward point, there's a cover, extra cover mid-off, mid-on. There's a man out at the square leg umpire and there's a long leg as Hodge goes away from us. He's up there now, bows this one short and goes back to Burton does and plays this one into the covers where it's fielded by that looked like Danny Proctor and there is no run. It's the first over of 20. The Beamers need to get 140 if they're to win this contest, and the Sixers need to get 10 wickets. It's as simple as that. Very simple indeed. It's young Damien Hodge, right arm, tall, lanky figure. He runs away from us. He's up there now and bows this one outside the line of the off stump. There's an appeal for catch at the wicket, but umpire John just crosses his hands across his chest, and there is no damage done. Well, this one was outside the line of the off stump, a little shade of movement, not vicious movement away, but a shade. And it went past the outer portion of the bat and into the gloves of the keeper. Lyndall Richardson, the non-striker, looks down at his partner, Dion Burton, left-handed batsman, taps away, raises his bat now. As we look at Hodge as he moves away from us. Right arm over the wicket outside the line of the off stump, and this one goes further away from the left-hander, looking to flash it through the offside field. Misses it completely, and again it's taken behind the stumps and there is no run. So we've had 3 deliveries so far in this over. The Beamers are yet to score. They need 140 if they are to win this competition. This contest, I beg your pardon, not competition. It's early days for the competition for this league. It's the Anguilla Premier League 2022 edition. What a good season we had last year. Number 7 jersey on the back of Damien Hodge as he runs away from us once more. He's up to the wicket now and bounces one outside, and this one is driven nicely, quite pleasantly, sweetly off the bat, off the middle of the bat, but it went straight to Danny Proctor at extra cover. He went down and his haunches stopped it well, moving smartly to his left. So Danny Proctor, Terry Adams, Simba Bowen, all national players. It's a pretty experienced side, the Sixers. Well oiled, well groomed. As Hodge runs in once more, bows this one outside the line of the leg stump there to get his first run nicely down to back of the square. This could run pretty close to the boundary. They're turning for 1, they've gone for 2, and it goes across the rope into the boundary railing. And that's 4 good looking runs to Dion Burton. Elegant player, very stylish. That was pure timing. It was pitched up outside the line of the leg stump, and he just helped across the line down to backward square. Went 4. So the Beamers are off the mark at the end of the first over. They are 4 no loss, 4 runs been scored by Dion Burton. Zulma Webster.
Yes, Keith, that 4 runs for a start was very good indeed.
So Zulma just getting accustomed to life here in the commentary box. They will make it, just needing to get a little more into our microphone, Zulma. If you lean in a little more so you can get the sound out. Want to hear you clearly. Listeners want to hear you very clearly, so you can just lean into a bit into the microphone and that will be fine.
Okay.
Soft-spoken lady, but she will get there. Brave woman to join us here in the box, and we welcome her. We welcome her with open arms. We're so delighted and very happy to have her.
Thank you, Keith.
Very, very happy to have her here. It's 4 for no loss, 1 over gone for the Beamerz. They need to get 140, and the Sixers need to get 10 wickets. So it's going to be Masimba. That's Masimba? No, it's not Masimba. Who's the bowler at the far end, Tony? Masimba, I think, is just providing some advice to the new bowler. We had Damien Hodge from this the commentary box and the first over, conceding 4 runs. Burton is on 4. And Lyndall Richardson, batting in his maroon helmet, right-handed batsman, taps away at the crease here. Getting some help from John as the new bowler comes in, bows this one outside the off stump. Beaten all ends up, a lively bit of pace coming in here from the far end of the ground, from the Central Polyclinic end. So lively opening pair for the Sixers. That was a pretty quick delivery, and I could say, without too much of a contradiction, that is certainly the fastest delivery I've seen for today. So it's longer got, new player, new on the scene here for me as he moves in from the far end. He's up there now, outside the line of the off stump. And Lyndall flashing up this one airy-fairly, loses his balance in the process, and through it goes to the keeper. And the crowd certainly buzzing here on the western end of the James Ronald Webster Park. Langerfeld is the bowler. That sounds very much like Afrikaner, very much South African name, like the Dutch Afrikaner name, Langerfeld. Sounds very much like that to me. Hope I've got the pronunciation correct. Here is the young man again, Langerfeld from the far end, outside the line of the off stump, and this one keeps low. A wide is signaled by umpire Calvin Hughes. One more to the total. Yes, as Millie takes his exit, he's gone to do football. What a multi-skilled man here, John Millington. Thank you, John, for your time with us here in the commentary box. Langerfeld from the far end, right arm, medium pace. Lyndall Richardson is yet to score. Burton has 4. It's 5. It is the Beamerz for no loss. This is the second over.
But I'm going to ask you long.
Hughes, the umpire, just ensuring that our scorer raises and acknowledges as Langerfeld comes in once, one bows this one outside the line of the off stump, off the outer portion of the bat. There's a man down at wide, third man. He comes around, stops it, and they go through for a run. So Richardson is off the mark. He's 1. Burton, the left-handed batsman, batter, I should say now. Got to be careful. Batter we use these days since we've had the ladies joining us in the games. We say batter, not batsman. Got to be very gender specific. Got to be careful not to mix it up. So 1 to Richardson, and Burton has 4. It's 6 for no loss, the Beamerz. We're into the second over. It's been bowled from the Central Polyclinic end of the ground here at the James Ronald Webster Park. Patches of brown and the sharp contrast to the green patches spotted about on the ground here. Spectators looking on very keenly to this contest as Langerfeld comes in from the far end now into Burton, who nudges this one into the onside and gets himself run number 5. Burton is 5 and the score is 7 for no loss. So Burton 5, Lyndall Richardson is 1. He comes back into strike. The left-right combination certainly necessitating a movement of players across the ground. The breeze is picking up and some low clouds, dark clouds amassing away in the distance to the east as I look across behind us and to the southeast. Langerfeld in, bowls this one outside the line to Richardson, and he is committing one of the utilizing one of the fundamental rules of cricket as a batsman, not getting that left leg across. He's just planting that left leg firmly down the center of the pitch and just waving the bat, and that could be cause for trouble. That can easily result in a catch either to the keeper or to Terry Adams at first slip. Langerfeld, tall, long, blustery stride. This one is outside the line of the off stump, and that came back a long way from outside that off stump. The end of a very fine over by this young man, seeing him for the first time. At the end of 2, the Beamerz needing to get 140 for victory, or 10 wickets for Super Sixers if they're to win, 7 for no loss. Richardson has 1 and Burton 5.
Well, the Beamerz are off to a good start at all.
So the Beamerz really feeling around here, Zulma, but the ball is moving. The 2 opening bowlers are certainly getting some movement, and Langerfeld, they are very impressed with him that first over. Had some pace. In fact, he delivered what I thought, and I could be wrong, but it's just my opinion. What I've seen is certainly by far the quickest delivery I've seen today in this game. And he looks good, has a nice, easy approach, relaxed approach up to the wicket, and he got the ball to move around. Both of them. Damien Hodge will continue with over number 3. He is operating from this the commentary box end. There's a man at wide, third man, there's a point, there's a mid-off, there's an extra cover, there's a point, there's a third man, and just a solitary slip. Now they're asking the third man to go a little squarer. Dion Burton, very nice player, touch player. Always a spectacle to see left-handed batters. Here is Hodges. He goes in now, balls to Burton, who turns this one outside the line of the leg stump. An appeal for catch at the wicket. The keeper is interested. The bowler is also interested. But umpire Josiah John very nonchalantly just walks away to the onside of the pitch. Looks down towards the turf. And young Damien Hodge will have to get on with it once more. It's 2 overs gone, 7 runs scored. Burton is on 5. Richardson is on 1. And now Hodge is changing his line of attack. He's going around the wicket now. So the right arm medium pacer bowling around the wicket to the left-handed batsman. Here is Hodge as he goes in now. Buster Burton taps this one into the offside, and they go through very quickly for a run. It's going to be close. But Richardson makes his ground quite easily in the end. Another run goes into the book for the Beamerz. They're 8 now for no loss in over number 3. And Zulma, it's getting a little ominous as I look towards the east. And someone is indicating to me, my friend Lloyd from Lloyd's Live, indicating that that is going towards St. Martin. And we are, yes, it looks that way now. I'm looking to the back of me. There's a patch right to the northeast, but that is not affecting us. We're more concerned with this one just to our east there. But Lloyd is saying with the prevailing winds, that should go across over to St. Martin, and we hope it does. So we've lost the sunshine momentarily. Yes, that is true, Zulma. This one, it takes him on the glove, goes down to backward square. That one came back in sharply and bounced a bit too. And no signal from the umpire, so that came off the bat or the glove, I think, because he pulled the bottom hand away, the top hand, and it went down to backward square for a single. So Richardson is on 2, and it's now 9 for no loss in this, the third over. And Zulma is right, we can't be too sure. We've been having these patches, spotty spots of rain, of drizzle, if you like, and even now it is spotting, but the umpires are continuing. It is spotting, and our cameramen are just trying to protect the equipment. This one is short, lifting, and he tucks it around the corner down to a backward square, down to long leg. There's a man feeling there, gets the throw into the keeper. It's getting a little heavier as we speak, Zulma, and it's coming across now. The winds have abated somewhat, and the rain is coming. The 2 umpires are looking at each other. Umpire Hughes is at square leg, and John, the standing umpire, but they are not too concerned at this moment. It's getting a little heavier, even as we speak. And this is going to be interesting. It's 10 now for no loss, and this is the third over. Here is Hodge as he goes in now and bowls to Richardson, who punches this one through the offside field as 4 runs. Lovely stroke off the back foot, short outside the off stump, there to be struck, and he struck it well. Masimba Bowen going at wide mid off, couldn't get across in time, and it went away into the boundary for 4 runs. So Richardson goes to 6, and it's now 14 it is for no loss. And the rain is getting heavy. I think now the umpires may make a move. No, they're not. I'm wrong. They're right. They're the men in the middle. It's all up to them. The fitness of play is totally in their hand. This one from Hodge is outside the line of the off stump. This will be a wide. Certainly it is called and signaled by umpire John. It's 15 now for no loss. The Beamerz set a target of 140 if they are to win this contest. And the rain, as we speak, is going across the hills, going to the beyond us, beyond the polyclinic area. It seems to be drifting in that direction, and that is good news. It's Hodge again, right arm, medium fast, up to the wicket now, outside the line of the off stump, comes off the inner portion of the bat, goes to the left of the keeper. He runs back to retrieve it, sends a throw into Terry Adams, who came up to take it. They came off the bat of Richardson. Richardson goes to 7, and it's now 16, I make it. I may be wrong. Is it 16 scorer? 16, I'm correct. Wow, got it right this time. Thanks, Livingston Clifton, our official scorer here in the box. So Sambo will be coming into the chair here, and I think Renford Kelsig will also be doing a double at the end, a double change at the end of this. It's good to have Sister Zulma. She's in fact left me. That's not good, sis. Leaving me high and dry. Oh no, Sambo is coming in to replace Luther. Very good afternoon to you. So it's 16 for no loss in the course of over number 4 overs have gone. In fact, we are seeing a change. We've gone into over, will be the 5th over, 4th over in progress. So 3 gone, 16 for no loss. As Lagerfeld comes in from the far end outside. Oh, this one had pace and bounce. What a beauty. It touched down just outside the off stump. It lifted. Lyndall Richardson was not in behind it. And it just veered past the outside edge and mightily, ever so mightily close to that outside edge. And this is good steam. And the pitch would have been refreshed a bit by the rain that just came. That drizzle would have added a little moisture to the pitch. And that one really came off. And I love this. I love what I'm seeing. It's always good to see a nice, good, quick bowler bowling to an opener. So we are making some changes here. Terry is asking Danny to go into a short back foot point. He's bringing in a second slip, and I think that's a good move. Very good move indeed. So 2 slips. There's a man at point. There's a cover. Wide mid off, mid on. Square leg, long leg, and a third man. As Lagerfeld comes in and bows. Oh, this one lifts on him. It goes over the head of the keeper, diving away to his left. Comes down to fine leg. We'll have to see whether he got a touch onto it. Doesn't seem so. May have taken the body. There's no, yes, he came off the bat or the glove, but that one right up at him, at Lyndall Richardson. Richardson is on 8, and it's 17 now. 17 for no loss. I love this young bowler, Sambo. Very quick indeed. He's the fastest I've seen. Yes. Definitely by far the quickest I've seen today. Yes, and bounce and movement as well. So, yeah, Renford will be coming in. Ralph Hodge is also joining us here in the box today. Good to see the whole team out here today. John Middleton has left us for football. We haven't seen Doc Bryan Jr. today. Hope he's well. As Lagerfeld comes in now and Bosa Burton, who drives nicely out into the offside field, goes through very quickly for a run out to mid off. Nicely taken. 18 it is now for no loss. And certainly, Sambo, I like what I'm seeing from this young, fast, medium bowler. I like the pace. I like the movement. Bowling just short of a good length and getting the ball to move. Seen him moved it both ways since I've been here. 18 for no loss. The score, the target is 140. We need to remind you, all 10 wickets. As Lagerfeld motors in from the far end now, in outside the line of the off stump. This is a wide call and signal by umpire Hughes. Another run goes into the scorer's book. It's 19 for no loss.
But there's still a lot of pace in this wicket.
And as I said, Sambo, with this sprinkle that we had moments ago, would have freshened things up a bit. And this young bowler is certainly working up some good pace from that far end. Bowling just a shade outside that off stump, and he's getting movement. Let's look at him as he comes in towards us. Let's see what he does now. Again, this one is carried up nicely, just short of a length. And Lyndall Richardson coming onto that front foot and looking to force it through the offside. Can only get it up to mid-off, and there is no run. 19 for no loss. This is over number 4. It's been bowled from the central polyclinic end, and we can say that the drizzle that we had moments ago has now gone away, thankfully, and we're happy about that because we want this game to go right through the full 20 overs without any interruption. Lagerfeld it is in now and bows this one outside the line of the off stump. Tug, bottom hand, plenty of the bottom hand. The throw comes in, rifled rocket, like a tracer bullet coming into the non-striker's end, but the batsman Richardson made his ground. He's gone to 9, and it's 20. 20 it is for no loss.
You see, about that same time, the fielding team was about 41, 42. They were
Yes.
scoring about 10 runs and over.
Yes, after 4, they were 32, just by way of comparison. So the left-handed Burton is on strike now. Looks up and sees Lagerfeld as he brushes in from that far and bows this one on the line, and they clipped into the mid-wicket area. That's 4 runs. The fieldsman will only go away from mid-on to pick the ball up. It goes across the line, and there's 4 good-looking runs to Burton. It's 24 for no loss. The Beamerz set 140 if they're to win. And after comments from Sambo, your next commentator will be Ralph Hodge.
Yes, he played a very good shot off the legs, and it went into the boundary for 4 runs. Very good shot indeed. What do you have to say about it?
Go ahead. Lend me a pen.
I don't know where you know.
Just getting myself set up, back in commentary, taking over from Keith Stone Graves. Quite a match here in the making. The Farrington team, the Super Sixers, scored 139, and we are looking for 140 from the batting team, and how well the 2 opening bowlers would have bowled. The score at the moment is 24 for no loss. Still in the power play at the moment, and Lindell Richardson taps away and is steering this one into the offside. The fielder at cover point comes in, feels there is no addition to the total, so the Beamerz will be looking for quite a positive start if they are going to trail down this 140 required. We've noticed that they are using the quick bowlers. We have not seen a great deal of them in the tournament so far. Here is Bowen to bowl to, and Richardson is trying to play that into the onside, and there is no addition to the total. Oh, Damien Hodge actually did not resemble Bowen because a shorter man by nature. Damien, one of the promising Anguilla medium pacers and batsmen a couple of years ago, welcome return to cricket. Quite cool here at the James Ronald Webster Park, the home of cricket in Anguilla, as we look down now and to see Damien Hodge going away from us, bowls to Lindell Richardson. Lindell Richardson is driving, coming off the inner edge of the bat and going down to fine leg. So the total moves on by 1. The total is now 25 for the loss of no wickets. We'll get the individual scores in a while.
See, he threw everything at that ball, and he just got a thick edge down to fine leg.
Thank you very much. And Richardson is on 10, and Richardson is on 12. Now I'm being corrected. So 25 for the loss of no wicket. Damien Hodge now around the wicket, carrying number 7 on his back, bowls to Burton. Burton tries to flick it down the leg side. It goes past the wicket keeper. We are hearing a shout for 2, but they will not go for 2. So here it is, a wide signal. So extras move on by 1, the total by 1 to 26 without loss. We have there are actually two wides, so the total is on 27 without loss. Richardson on 10, and the other batsman Burton is on 12. Here is Damien Hodge, bowls in, and he's trying to steer that one somewhere into the leg side. The ball pitched outside the off stump. The keeper scrambles across, knocks it down, and the end of quite a controlled over from Damien Hodge. Oh, we still have another ball. The activity on the field seemed to indicate that it was the end of the over, but just, I guess, players congregating. A slip of a third man, a backward point, a cover point, an extra cover, and a mid-off on the offside for Damien Hodge to bowl to Lindell Richardson. Lindell Richardson is driving, cannot get it away. It just bobbles on the offside, and certainly it appears we still have another ball in the over. Umpires in the match: umpire Calvin Hughes and umpire John. So John, who has played cricket in the last tournament, now joining the ranks of the umpires. All the help required is needed. On the leg side, a backward, a fine leg, a square leg, and a mid-on. Quite a cool afternoon here at the James Ronald Webster Park as the crowd has thickened a bit. We look at Hodge, who aborts his run. Little conversation with the umpire, turns back to the top of his mark and turns away from us now. Right arm, medium pace over the wicket. And here again, very, very interesting happening. Run aborted, not gotten it right. He's now remarking his run. Quite a nice afternoon for the players in the field. It's cool. We were threatening a shower a while ago, but the shower has gone down to the south and would have left fantastic conditions for playing. The Anguilla Premier League in its second year as Damien Hodge bowls to Richardson and he's bowled him. He's bowled him just outside the off stump, starting and knocking the leg stump back as Richardson was driving.
Yes, that was a very beautiful ball indeed. He tried hitting that out of the ground and he got his leg stump knocked out of the ground. Beautiful ball indeed. And the youngsters, they are working up quite a lot of pace here this afternoon.
Yes, that's Richardson going for 10. Bowled Damien Hodge. And we will await to see the incoming batsman. So Burton is still there. He's on 10, on 12. Richardson just out for 10. So the Beamerz losing their first wicket in pursuit of 140. A very loose-looking shot on that occasion. A ball just outside the off stump. The batsman is driving and losing his leg stump. So there was a little bit of inward movement on that occasion, and so certainly quite a good bit of bowling.
Yes, it was a very good bit of bowling at that time.
Speaking a little.
Hodge is working up quite a lot of pace here this afternoon at the Ronald Webster grounds. Now the rain has gone and the sun starts peeping out again.
It can be one.
Giovanni. It looks so.
Yeah, it looks so, yeah.
The new batsman appears to be Giovanni Gums. He has now replaced the batsman who was just bowled, but that was the end of the over. So we are looking at a new over starting from the far end, and the bowler from the far end is Langerfeld. Certainly not a common name around here.
Yeah, it sounds Africanish, South Africa indeed.
Yeah, that what I thought at the beginning, but names are all over the world anyway. And the very interesting thing is that cricket attracts you from wherever you are. So the Anguilla Premier League attracting quite a couple of players from the region and from next door, St. Martin. Langerfeld towards us now to bowl to Burton. Burton driving nicely up towards mid-off. They will not get a run is because it goes straight to the fielder at mid-off. A compact little left-hander, one who plays quite a good game of cricket. He's actually going down to Dominica to play in their shorter version of the game during the coming week. and for sure the Beamerz will miss him at least in the early part of the tournament. Here is Langerfeld bowling to Burton, and he tickles it off his pads, maybe off his hip, down to backward square leg, and they're going to come for two. And well run. So two runs it is. We see no signal from umpire Calvin Hughes. Leg wise, okay, so it caught me with my head down just a while ago. So extras move on by 2, and the score on to 29 for the loss of 1 wicket. So we're still 119 runs away from the 240. A little bit of gardening being done by Giovanni Gums. We will have to confirm that in a while, that's Giovanni. So the field a bit spread out at the moment in the offside. Here is Langerfeld, bowls now, and he's tickling this one down into the onside. The wicketkeeper is in chase. The total moves on by 1. So Burton now moves on to 13, and the total 30 for the loss of 1 wicket.
Yes, they are going steadily on, just ticking just where they have to tick at this time. With the likes of Burton being there, I believe they could make the score.
So, okay, we are confirming that the new batter is Akeem Saunders, quite a good little batsman. We will wait to see what happens as his innings progress. Here is Langerfeld now from the southern end towards us, bowls to and a very strange looking shot on that occasion from Akeem, and Akeem Saunders, stockily built, one who hits the ball quite well. The Farrington Super Sixers sporting their colour, and I'm colourblind, so it's going to be very difficult for me to tell you accurately what their colours would be. Here is Saunders standing up straight, plays it on the onside of the pitch. The bowler in Langerfeld comes to his right, knocks it down, holds on to it, and the shot is being rehearsed by Saunders. A slip in Terry Adams, it looks like, and being the senior person in the team, he'll want to reserve the right to be in the most relaxed position. The rest of the field on the offside, a backward point, a cover point, an extra cover, and a mid-off. Here is that's a beautiful shot. Pitched up to him, he's teared it down to third man, but there is someone down there, so he only benefits by 1. Akeem is off the mark, he's on 1. The Beamerz on 31 now for the loss of 1 wicket, and the bowler in Langerfeld guilty of over-pitching on that occasion, and very well played by the batsman Akeem.
Yes, that was an excellent shot a while ago. He played it very sweetly, but there was someone on the boundary who failed and gave a very good return.
Yes, the Anguilla Premier League in its second year, a tournament that one would hope will blossom and evolve, will go from strength to strength over the years. Quite a lot of work to actually get a tournament like this. You have to bring together all the officials, all the players and teams, and it's live streamed across the world. And I want to say welcome to my neighbor, fellow cricketer and friend, Renford Kelsey.
Yes, good afternoon one more time, folks. And the rain is gone, still cloudy, but it's cool for cricket, very, very cool for cricket. And the Beamerz needing 109 more runs, and this is over number 7, I think, Ralph, that is coming up.
So it looks like it would be Proctor to bowl from our end, short coming into the batsman in Saunders. Saunders drops it into the offside and goes for a single. He's on 2. The total now moves on to 32 for 1. The wicket that the Beamerz would have lost would have been Lindell Richardson for 10, bowled by Hodge, Damien Hodge. So a change in the field where someone is taken out of the onside and placed in the offside. So Proctor seems to be accepting the change in the field, runs away from us, a very short run, and here is Burton, dabs it into the offside and takes a single to take him on to 14 and the total on to 33 for 1. And certainly, well, one of the looser areas, Kelsick, in this tournament is the fielding and the catching.
Yes, and actually to field placing, I've seen some weird field placing so far, but not in this match.
Dan Proctor up to the batsman, he strokes it into mid-on, that's Akeem Saunders. It was being shadowed, but nevertheless the batsman went through for the single to take the total on to 34 for 1. Proctor, big stocky man, bowls slow medium. Sorry about that. And he's generally around the stumps, bowling over the wicket to the left-handed batsman, driving and it eludes 3 fielders, and they are going to get a single for it. So Proctor trying to stop it, was well hit back towards him. It went past the mid-on fielder, and a run has been taken. So Burton goes on to 15 and the total on to 35 for the loss of 1 wicket. And certainly the Beamerz will have to do some consolidation and look at it from the back end. But at the moment they need to keep the scoreboard turning over. Dan Proctor. And driving nicely for 4. This is up to the batsman, and he stroked it majestically through the extra cover region. A glorious shot on that occasion, Renford.
Yes, Ralph. And there was a question I was going to ask. Akeem, who played for the youth of Anguilla, isn't he? Saunders. I think he played with Anguilla youth team. Yes, a very young, accomplished batsman, and that was a beautiful stroke between cover and extra cover, straight to the boundary for 4.
Well, we had a Jamaican here once who used to follow cricket very closely, Bumba, who would say bun the grass, right? Very well hit all along the ground. Here is Proctor, and he's pulling this one into the onside for 4. Proctor guilty of short pitching, and Saunders standing up straight and lifted it over the fielder at short mid-wicket and into the mid-wicket boundary for 4. So Saunders move on to 11, and the score now 43 for the loss of 1 wicket. Quite a nice looking shot on that occasion, Renford.
Yes, it was, and I was given some information. Akeem played for St. Martin and St. Kitts in the youth tournament. Akeem Saunders. Yes, I remember him now. Yes, Akeem Saunders. But those were 2 very good shots, right?
Excellent shots. The one on the off, one on the on. So quite an island-colored player. If you play for Anguilla, St. Martin, St. Kitts, you're certainly right around the globe.
That's right. So after 7 overs, it's 43 for 1. And they're going quite good so far. And Akeem is looking really, really good.
And very delightful shots. Classic cricket on that occasion. The runs are coming here, but the way they were scored, quite fantastic. So we are looking at it. Will be Langerfeld still or Simba Boyne? That looks like Simba Boyne.
Simba Boyne.
A Simba Boyne from the far end, one who works up quite a bit of pace. Let's see what he will do now as he bowls to Burton. So Dean Burton, young, accomplished left-arm batsman, played very well in last year's tournament. And he steers it nicely into the offside. Will go for a single. Actually, the ball well pitched up, and he just guided it into the backward point region for a single, which takes him on to 16, and the Beamerz total on to 44 for the loss of 1 wicket. And I'm certain that the fielders out there, Renford, will be loving it, the cool weather at the moment.
Oh yes, Ralph, because I can tell you this morning there was hot sun. It was a hot sun. Then the little rain, cool it down. Very good conditions here, cool conditions.
coming towards us is a Simba Boyne. Passes umpire Calvin Hughes, bowls to Saunders. Saunders steers it nicely down to third man, and they're going to come for two. And that was risky running, but they got home safely. So you have the batter in Akeem Saunders. He moves on to 13. The score on to 46 for the loss of 1 wicket. And certainly he is very quick between the wickets also. Very, very quick. And one who seems to be a good student of the game here. Here he is now to face the right-handed Asimba Boyne. Boyne bowls to him and he's driving nicely up towards mid-off. So you have one of the greatest mix-up there is. Batsman going for a run that shouldn't be a run, and it's the loss of Akeem Saunders, it looks like. Certainly a very careless bit of mixing up there, Renford.
Yes, but the run was on. The run was on, it was called. And Burton did not, because the throw was over the wicketkeeper head, down to the man who was feeling there, at back was short, back was clear, and then he had to throw the ball back up to the other end. And Burton was still in his ground, so it was a careless running there. Careless, because, well, if you observe, when they play the shot for 2 runs, they decided from run 1, they're going for 2. So they take the chance on the second run. But that clearly, there was a quick run, but then Burton did not respond. So there goes Saunders. Short innings, but that's the part of game of the cricket.
One of the many runouts we've seen in the tournament thus far, and how well was Akeem Saunders batting?
Oh yes, he was really batting good. He was playing his shots, he was showing his class. And I can tell you, Ralph, that extra cover drive, that was real class.
Yeah, probably the shot of the match thus far. But here again, one of these terrible mix-ups in running between the wicket. One of the areas where we need to see some improvement in the APL. Just like the fielding, the running has been ultra poor, and the fielder on that occasion was very sensible in not firing at the stumps. He simply walked across, and the 2 batsmen were virtually in the same crease. Asimba Boyne now bowls. Here is driving, and Calvin Hughes has given him out. So driving, missing, coming off his pads, and the umpire has given him out. So leg before, that is.
But Ralph, that ball struck him plumb in front. There was no mistake about
Honoré. So
no mistake about that, Ralph. That was plumb LBW.
That is Honoré. Honoré out leg before wicket to Bowen. So 3rd wicket has fallen, 46 for 3. And we see the Farrington team assembling for a conversation. And so certainly the fall of the wicket of Akeem Saunders would have changed things somewhat, Renford.
Yes, it has. Because both 2 batsmen were going merrily along. And all of a sudden, but that delivery, it was a poor shot from Anguilla. All he had to do was come forward. He came across, and the ball struck him plumb in front. And there was no hesitation, because that one ball was right up to him.
Well, umpire Calvin Hughes did not hesitate. We cannot support or otherwise, or attempt to support or otherwise the angle we are sitting, but certainly it was a ball that appeared to be straight on the stumps.
Yeah, that it was. Because I'm a bit more to your left.
Yeah, the strip at the Webster Park runs in a very funny direction. But the umpires, they are very close to play, and they are the ones who are calling it. And that was a loose shot. So
very loose indeed, Ralph. Very loose.
Simba Bowen now comes in. bowls to the new batter, and he's leaving it alone outside the off stump, and there is no addition to the total. The total remains on 46, and so Giovanni Gums it is now to face up to a Simba bowling. Certainly things have tilted back in the favor of the Super Sixers at the moment, with Simba Bowen, right arm, lanky fast bowler, policeman by duty. Here he is now, bowls to Giovanni. Giovanni plays it into the gully region, and there can be no addition to the total. And at the end of the 8th over, that's the 8th over, we are now on 46 for the loss of 3 wickets.
Yes, 46 for 3. Still leading another 94 runs. As the target is 140. But that last over there, mix up, but the game of cricket it happens. And then in there that the news about Simons or Simons, whatever, from Australia.
Oh yes, Simons, whatever we called him, that notable Aboriginal player in a car accident, one car accident yesterday, and certainly lost his life.
Yes, and that's what the 3rd Australian cricketer for the year.
Yeah.
We had Rod Marsh, and then we had
Shane Warne. Yeah, they normally say that they die in 3s. So here is Proctor bowling to Burton. Burton plays it into the offside, into the cover region, looking for a single, then saying no. So I guess the run out earlier will dampen the activity in terms of quick singles unless they are ultra necessary. Daniel Proctor, right arm, slow medium. Into bowl to Burton. Burton driving into the onside. The mid-on has to go to his left, and Burton moves on by 1 to 6 to 17, and the total by 1 to 47 for the loss of 3 wickets. So the Beamerz will be looking for a major contribution from a couple of its batsmen now if they are going to chase down the 140 required for victory. Dan Proctor up to the batsman, who strokes it nicely in the offside. That is Giovanni. So 2 left-handers at the crease now. The total has moved on to 48 for the loss of 3 wickets. So the Farrington Super Sixers losing their key players, but nevertheless they are a battling team, and they stared into the onside that time Saunders, but it's straight to the fielder at square leg. That's Burton. Burton steered it into the onside. The fielder at square leg did the fielding, and there can be no addition to the total. Quite a nice afternoon here at the James Ronald Webster Park. The cars in the distance makes it looks like a major happening. And well up to him, plays it back up on the onside of the pitch, and the big man in Dan Proctor does the fielding. So we are now into the 9th over. The 9th over of the match between Beamerz and the Farrington. The Farrington winning the toss and batting, scoring 139. Nicely driven into the offside, but they'll only get a single. So Burton moves on by 1. He is on to 18. The total now is 49 for the loss. 50, I'm corrected, the total is 50. Burton is on 18, and it's now actually time for me to turn over to the next ball-by-ball commentator in the person of Keithstone Grace.
Thank you,
Rob. Good over there from Danny Proctor. Steady over, some 3 runs coming from it, and we see that Giovanni and Burton, they are going to try to push the score along to chase this 140 down.
So Gums is 1, Burton 18. It's 50 for 3 as we're about to see the start of the 10th over. Just looking back, comparatively speaking, after 9 overs, the Farrington Super Sixers was 73 for 2. So it's going to be the captain, Masimba Bowen, I think he is. Yep. He'll be continuing from the far end of the ground. And we welcome back the sunshine in all its glory once again. It's bright and beautiful once again. The dark clouds have since drifted away as we look at Masimba Bowen as he runs in from the far end. He's up to the wicket now and bows. This one is driven high out to the man at mid, over his head. And it could go pretty close to the boundary. Bad miss there. Thought for a moment he had it under control. Was driven uppishly. Burton did. Got himself a run. Burton goes to 19 and it's 51 now. 51 for 3. The Stony Ground Beamerz. The target for them is 140. 10 wickets for Sixers if they are to win this game. It's the first game for the Sixers. This will be the second for the Beamerz. They lost their opening game against the Pointers. Here is Masimba Bowen as he comes in now and bows this one outside the line of the leg stump. The keeper goes across to his right. A wide is called and signaled by umpire Calvin Hughes. One more to the total. It's 52 now for 3. This is over number 10. So we're getting to the halfway mark. 20 overs aside in this Anguilla Premier League competition 2022. A few more spectators have made their way across to the right in the covered stand on the western side. Here is Bowen as he comes in now and bows this one up on the line of the leg stump again. The batsman looking to force it through the onside. Comes off the inner portion. That's Gums. Gets his second run. He's 2. It's 53 for 3 now. Looking to hammer it through the onside field. Not really getting into that sweet spot. Just trickled out into the onside and he got himself a run. So 2 left-handers at the crease in the middle. Burton, who's been there from the start, he's got 18. As Bowen comes in and bows to Burton, gets a good delivery outside the line of the off stump. He fished at it. Luckily for him and for Beamerz, didn't get the edge. Bowen asking of umpire Hughes. Umpire Hughes just gave him a glance and said, no. It's a good gripping contest here. At the moment, we can say the Sixers in control. They're doing well. They're keeping the runs down. And they've picked up 3 wickets so far. 53 for 3. Over number 10. Bowen comes in, bows this one. A good delivery this time on the center stump and shaping across the left-handed batsman. Gets himself in a bit of a tangle. Squares him up a bit. Pushes the ball into the offside and there is no run. There's a man at backward point. There's a cover mid-off. There's a sweep on the deep cover boundary. Third man wide-ish. There's a man out to deep mid-wicket. Short, fine leg, mid-on wide-ish and slightly deep. Masimba Bowen comes in once more and bows this one to Burton. Gets a good delivery. Can do nothing more than just pushes the ball, easing it into the offside field and there is no run. This is good bowling. Just back of a length. And Burton going down now just uses his bat to sweep away some debris on the pitch. Whether imaginary or real, we don't know for sure. He taps away now and looks up at Masimba Bowen as he comes in now and bows to Burton. Again, another good delivery, just back of a length. And again, he can do nothing more than just pushes the ball into the offside field. It's the end of the over. Good one indeed. After 10 overs, the Beamerz set 140 to win. They are 53 for the loss of 3. Burton has 19 and Gums has 2.
A very good over there from Simba Bowen. And kept the line and length there. All Burton could do was simply just push forward and play each ball on its merit. And they're really tightening up here, Keith. And guess, well, after the break, because we have seen after the break, a lot of things happen here after the water break.
So you're not missing any cricket. Perhaps it's a good time just to recap that today the game started just about 1:30. Normally the scheduled time is 1 o'clock. We had some rain overnight and this morning. Normally the game is started about 1:30. Oh, that's the time for it's been changed now. 1:30. Okay, I thought it was 1 o'clock in the original information I saw. Okay, so they started at 1:30. So they started on time. Started at time at 1:30. The Farrington Super Sixers, the defending champion, won the toss and decided to take first knock, has been the case with most of the teams now. Seeing that it's a newly laid pitch, and what has been happening, the pitch tends to play some tricks for the team batting a second time. So the Farrington made the decision early that they'll bat first, and they were off to a flying start with Danny Proctor and Michael Palmer getting the score up to just over 50. They were going at great guns. In fact, Proctor was hitting the ball to all parts of the ground. He got to 45 before he was out. 4 fours and 4 sixes. Palmer got 21. Carlos Sasso got 10. 17 from Yusuf Hodge. Terry Adams was there towards the end, right to the end. He batted well. He got over 15, I think it was, or perhaps a little more than that. But he played well, so they reached up to 139 for 7, which means that the Beamerz would need to get 140, or put another way, the Super Sixers 10 wickets to win this game.
Or the overs up.
Or the overs are up. That's another way as well. So it's a fascinating game, this game called cricket, which we all love and cherish so dearly, Renford.
Yes, we do, Keith. And another thing that for observance, the Farrington Super Sixers, they were really going guns. And what happened, Keith, is that the Beamerz bowlers came back and really restricted them. Because at one stage we were looking for 170, 180 runs. So the Beamerz bowlers really kept their cool heads and were able to restrict them to 139.
It's 53 for 3. The Beamerz after 10 overs. So we're at the halfway mark. We're at the halfway mark in this competition. And the drinks cart is going off. And the umpires are getting back in their position. The umpires today being Calvin Hughes and Josiah John. And it was sad to see Akeem Saunders, who batted so well, just had 2 wonderful fours. Akeem Saunders, of course, representing St. Kitts and St. Martin, and also played for the Leeward Islands senior team. So he's no rabbit. He's a very good all-round player, good with both bat and ball. It was sad to see how he was run out. Really a terrible mix-up with Burton. And in the end, he had to go by the run-out route. He was really upset, threw his bat in the in disgust as he walked off the field. So Daniel Proctor, who did well with the bat, top score so far with 45, 4 fours and 4 massive sixes. He will pick up the attack for the Sixers, and he'll be bowling from the commentary box end. There's a third man. There's a man at point. There's a sweep on the deep cover boundary. Short mid-wicket. Then there's a long leg. There's a man out at square leg right on the boundary. There's a mid-on, more of a straightish mid-wicket, and mid-on also slightly straightish and wide. Proctor goes and bowls to the batsman. Giovanni Gums plays this one kind of rather casually. Ball just coming off perhaps bat and perhaps taking some pad as well, going into the offside field, and there is no run.
But that one was pitched outside the legs. I'm coming back, Keith, and there's no way that umpire John is going to give him out. Because it was pitched on the leg side, coming back at him. But that was just half-hearted appeal. Danny
Proctor goes in right arm, medium fast over the wicket, driven into the covers. Umpires, spectators catch. He's out, in fact. For a moment I thought that ball went into the turf. I beg your pardon. It was so easy like yesterday. Driven out, driven to the man at extra cover. For a moment I thought it was a bump ball. And that's the wicket, an important one, that of Burton.
No,
Giovanni makes his way back, out for 2. Further setback for the Beamerz, in more trouble now, Renford, 53 for 4.
Yes, Keith, and what we always say after the break.
The break, yes. It was.
Have to concentrate over again.
I was totally fooled there. Totally fooled. For a moment I thought he had driven the ball into the turf, because it was done so nonchalantly, so casually. Everyone just came up. Even the fielders, there wasn't this mad rush of excitement. It was done so calmly. But they know they had their man, and the umpire pushed his finger up And so Giovanni Gomes goes for 2. It's 53 now for the loss of 4, the Beamerz, in over number 11. So as Kelsick indicated after the break, there we go again.
Been happening, Keith. You see the new batsman?
The new batsman, will get that for you in just a while. Perhaps our scorer. No, our scorer can't help us today. Livingston Clifton is normally quite familiar with the players, but he, like us, without the numbers, having some difficulty. We'll get it for you, though. We'll get it for you. In the meantime, it's 53 for 4. This is over number 11. Danny Proctor is the bowler. He is bowling from this the commentary box end. Just got a wicket. The wicket of Gums, who was caught in at extra cover for 2. Proctor goes in. This one is pushed into the onside field. The man coming off the long on boundary, that should have been 2 had they been quicker between the wickets. But the new man will get that for you in just a while. He's off the mark. He's got 1. And it's 54 now. 54 for 4. Number 49. We don't have the benefit of our little chart. We normally have a little... okay, 49. I can give this to Renford. This one is played into the... Oh, he's dropped it! Good attempt there, diving away. That looks like who? Is that... that's Danny Proctor. Who is that? Sasu, perhaps? Mintos is the new batsman. Yes, Mintos. Wasim Mintos. He too has played some cricket at, fairly decent level. A good left-arm spinner. And another run there. So 55 it is. So it's all happening here at the James Ronald Webster Park. Sun in all its glory. Bathed in sunshine at this time. The wind still with us. The breeze that we've had all day, all night basically, is still with us coming out from the northeast. Ground. Proctor, it is moving away now. Bowser full toss, swung down to back out of square, though there's a man out on the deep square leg boundary. And again, we're still trying to get that. That is the wicket keeper, I think. Mintos is he's big as well. He's a solid, but I don't think that's Mintos. So we'll have to get that worked out. But in the meantime, another run. 55 it is. Scorer? 56? 56 for 3. So we'll get it sorted out. The new batsman, this one beats him, beats a keeper, goes down to a very fine third man. And they go through for another run. 57, Kelsick. A bye is signal. Umpire John. 57 it is for 4.
Yes, Keith. 57. After 11 overs, it's 57 for 4, which needs 57, 43, and 40. That's another 83 runs from 9 overs.
So 9 overs to get 83 runs for the Beamerz if they're to win. And certainly the Sixers are not easing up, applying the pressure. So we have 2 batters out in the middle, and we're still trying to get their names. So we're still working feverishly to get. So
Burton is there, but we are working.
It's another Burton? No, Dion left.
No,
oh, this is.
Burton is here.
Burton is okay. Burton is on this end. Yes, the new man we're trying to get. So Burton is still there. Burton has got what? I think 20 scorer.
Yes.
Burton is 20. He's been there since the start of play. He started with Lyndall Richardson. Richardson got to 10 before he was out. Bowled by Damien Haja. Beauty that went right through the gate and cleaned up that middle stump. Akeem Saunders run out after batting so well. Tyreek LBW Bowen without scoring first delivery. And moments ago, Giovanni Gums out for 2. This one is outside the line. This one is Tog through the onside out to the man at the mid-wicket boundary. He feels well. One more to Burton. Burton goes to 21. And it's 58. 58 is the score for 4. Burton looks a little different now. That it could be the sunshine. Now the sun is out. And looks a little different. Burton leans on his non-striker's end. And perhaps I have my glasses here. I should have been using them. But we'll try to make do as it is. So it's going to be Masimba Bowen to continue from the far end of the ground. This is over number 12 as Bowen comes in now and bows to the new man who drives uppishly towards the onside. Pass where mid-on would have been. There's a long one out there and the single easily taken. Takes the score on by 1 to 59 now for 4. So we're still trying to get the new batsman. Yes, we're looking at our charts here with the numbers, and the numbers certainly help us. We're still all looking. The umpire's hand is outstretched, Simba. There's a little boy who's having a lot of fun coming on from where that would be for the left-handed batsman at the top end, down at the backward square leg. So he's back off the field now. So good to see the children and the excitement as Bowen comes in now from the far end. 59 it is for 4. This one is driven uppishly in the offside field. The hustlers through for the first run. They're coming back for the second. And that's all. There'll be 2 more to Burton. Burton is 23. So the man is actually Williams. Damian Williams is the batter. And he's the keeper as well for the Beamerz. So Damian Williams finally got it. So Williams is the batsman. He's the non-striker. As Masimba Bowen in over number 12 from the far end of the ground. He's in now and bows to Burton, touches this one into the onside to short backward square. And they go through for another run. Renford, it's what? 62. 62 for 4. So Dion Burton and Damian Williams. Right, Williams. We've got it all sorted. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. 62 for 4 over number 12. Being bowled by Masimba Bowen as he comes in from the far end of the ground. He's up to the wicket now and bows this one. It's driven powerfully by Williams out to long on. The man reaches off the wide long on boundary. Another run for Williams. Will get his score for you, his individual score. We know that Burton is 23 and the score has gone on by 1 to 63 now for 4. 4. Yep, 4 to Williams. And Burton 23. Simba Bowens from the far end of the ground. He's up, passes the umpire, bows this one out to the offside. Nudge nicely played into the offside field. Good run. Taken there very sharply. Just tapping it in front of him and going through for the run. 12 overs completed. At the end of 12, it's 64 for the loss of 4. Dion Burton has 23. And with him, Williams, who's got 4.
Yes, Keith, another steady over, and the batsman there pushing gently along. But before we go back to it, Alkins Roberts would like to say a few words.
So Alkins is going to slip in here. He's the man behind the scene doing all the work. He's the chair of the organizing committee. And we'd like to welcome him, and I'm sure he'll be talking quite a bit about the sponsors.
Yes, thanks, Keith. Just a quick announcement just between the innings. Yesterday I was here and I was appealing for persons, organizations, companies to come forward and to sponsor some of the awards. Well, this individual has decided to sponsor a rather unique 2 pieces of sponsorship. The first one, the bowler who bowls the most balls and did not get a wicket.
Bowler bowling the most balls without a wicket. You get a prize.
You get a prize of $50. And the batsman who faced the most balls and made the less runs.
Wow.
Also $50.
$50. So there you have it. This one is swung by Burton into the onside field. The hustle through for 1. So the batter, the bowler, and the batter. So prize there. And Alkins, you can leave that paper with us. You can push that to Zulma. And he has the money in his hand. He has the $100 in his hand. So it's no joke. This is serious.
Who contributed the $100, Joseph B. Gums.
Joseph B. Gums. All right. So he has the money. I can testify to that. I'm seeing it here. So Zulma is going to take the sheet and she will keep us posted on that. We'll keep repeating it.
Joseph B. Gums.
Joseph B. Gums and Joseph B. Gums. Got to make that thing. So thanks a lot, Mr. Gums. Great job. 64 for 4. Over number 13, Renford coming up. 64 for 4. Over number. This one is played through the offside field. That's a beautiful shot. 4 runs. Backward of square on the offside. Williams really perfected that stroke, lashed it away, latched onto it, and squirted it away past the man at backward point and into the boundary. It went for 4 runs. 68 now for 4.
Very
Lovely
good
shot there by
Lovely
Williams.
shot from Williams. Lovely shot.
So it's Danny Proctor. I think this will be his final over. I think this is his final. Yes, he started at this end. So this is his 4th and final over. Got 45 when he batted. This one is a full toss, driven out into the onside. There's a man coming off the deep long on boundary. They should get 2 quite easily. They do so quite easily. And 2 more to Williams. We'll get Williams his individual score. It's 70 now for 4 in over number 13. So Williams is 10. Thank you so very much, Livingston Clifton, our efficient and very much on the ball official scorer here with us. And he's been with us all the cricket seasons. I've been doing commentary here and has done a wonderful job. Proctor goes in, bowls a full toss, driven back up past the bowler. Proctor can't get down in time, goes past his outstretched left hand out to a deep mid-off, and another run for Williams. He goes to 11. It's 71 now for 4 in the course of over number 13. Third man, long leg. Man just backward of the square leg umpire, mid-wicket deepish, long on wide. Man out at square leg. Short backward, man short out at square leg. There's a long leg. There's a deep mid-wicket for the left-handed Burton. Long on, long off. Now we are seeing the third man coming up for the left-handed batter in Burton. Burton has got what? Burton is 23? 25. Burton is 25. He's been stuck there for quite some time. This one is driven nicely, elegantly. The left-hander just moving into this and driving it for his 26th run and the 72nd of the innings for the Beamerz. They're 72 now for 4. Renfrew Celtic with all his notes here and all his mathematical works here, doing all the wonderful job. This one is swung down to the onside, out to mid-wicket. There's a man on the deep mid-wicket boundary. He fields and they go through for another run. That's Williams. Takes Williams on to 12. And Burton, who is on 26, comes into strike. It's 73 now for 4. And at the end of this over, I think Zulma Webster will be coming in. We'll have Ralph is here, but he's eating, so I don't know. We'll allow him to eat. Yeah, we'll give Ralph a chance to eat. Sambo is also here with us. Theodore Samuel. Fleming has gone. Tony has gone to football. John Millington is also at football. Those guys certainly double up with football and cricket coverage here.
67 runs needed now.
67 needed.
From 7 overs left.
From 7 overs, so 67 from 7 if the Beamerz are to win this game. And of course, on the flip side, the wickets taken or the overs run out for the defending champion, the Super Sixers. We are seeing a change of bowling, so 13 overs completed, 73 for 4. Zulma Webster slips back into the chair as we say good afternoon to our lone female comments personality here with us in the box. Good afternoon to you once again, Zulma.
Good afternoon, Keith.
Zulma O. Okay, got it. I'm going to ask some questions about that. Oh, you know me. It's good to have you.
To bring our listeners up to date with our sponsors, we'd like to request more sponsorship for this game and to bring you up to date. Our sponsors are Jerry Suda and Neha J. Suda, American University of Anguilla, Aurora Resort and Golf Club, Nitrical Insurance, Carita Walgreen Lendon, Zimmy Beach Hotel.
So there's a new bowler coming on with the 14th over. This one is played into the offside field. A chance for a run over, but makes it home in time. So one more to Williams. Williams is what? 15 or 16? 13. Williams is 13. So Ralph Hodge will take over from me at the end of this over. And Ralph will keep the company of Zulma. Go ahead, Zulma, with your sponsorship list. Zulma O.
Yes, continue deal with our sponsorship. Zimmer Beach Hotel, Republic Bank of Anguilla, National Commercial Bank of Anguilla, NCBA, Civil and Repeat Supermarket, Anguilla Electronics, Best Buy Supermarket, Giselle, King Ocean, Safe Cargo, Radio Anguilla, Class FM Radio, Lloyd's Live, Mega Charles 54 and Queen Street.
Yes, certainly our media partners, Mega Charles 54, Clean Stream and Lloyd's Live. Of course, Class FM and Radio. This is driven out in the end. It's caught at extra cover. Burton driving at one from Connor, pitched up outside the line of the off stump, driving airy-fairly, and the fieldsman posted in that position just for that particular stroke. And so young dapper figure of Dion Burton, who started the innings, is gone for 26, and it's 74 now for 5 with the dismissal of Dion Burton. Zulma O.
The score now 74 for 5. Last batsman out was Dion for 26.
So Burton makes his way out, and the new man coming out, this is Mentos now, Wasim Mentos. And I recall last season Mentos had struck some really massive sixes, so he's no rabbit with the bat. Wasim Mentos, the left arm spin bowler. But the Beamerz further setback in over number 14. They're 74 for 5 with the wicket going there. Burton, who started the innings with Lyndall Richardson, out for 26. Burton going for 26. Williams has 13. And the new man is Wasim Mentos, going out to partner Williams. So the Farrington Super Sixers tightening the screws here and the Beamerz. So at the end of this over, Ralph Hodge will be taking over from me. Zulma O will continue for a while, and then Theodore Samuel will pick up from Zulma O. So Wasim Mentos is the new man, just sweeping away some debris as he takes guard from umpire Calvin Hughes, who's standing at the southern or central polyclinic end of the ground here, the southern end of the ground. We are commentating from the northern end. So we're on the northern end and we're looking towards the south. The field bathed in sunshine as we come down to the end, nearing the end of this game. This is over number 14. It's Connor as he comes in from the far end. Medium fast is in. Was a good delivery to Mentos. Takes him on the pad, but even from here, that seems to be going down the onside. Took him on the pad and just ricocheted into the offside field, and there is no run. So Burton, the last man out for 26. It's 74 for 5. Wasim Mentos is yet to score. Just had one delivery. Williams, the non-striker, leaning on his bat. Big, powerful figure, broad, powerful shoulders. He's got 13. Here is Connor as he comes in now, and bows to Mentos, a full toss, and he hits this one high out to the man at wide, long on. It's gone for 6. I told you that this man can certainly hit the ball and hit it well and hit it hard, as we saw last season in the inaugural competition. Mentos is off the mark with a massive 6 over wide, long on. A full toss from Connor, and he gave it the treatment that it deserved. It's now 80 for 5 in over number 14. Wasim Mentos is 6 and Williams is 13. Williams is the non-striker. So let's look at the response now. Let's look at Connor. We are looking at him as he comes in now and bows this one to Mentos, who gets a good delivery this time, just short of a length, pushed past the bowler to his right. The man from wide mid-on treks back, picks it up, and another run to Wasim Mentos. He goes to 7, and it's 81 the score, the Beamerz, for the loss of 5. The target is 140 if they are to make it, if they are to chalk up a victory against the defending champion, the Farrington Super Sixers. It's Connor again, moving in towards us from the far end. He's up to the wicket, shot outside the off-stump. This one is swung just over the head of the man at mid-wicket, goes out to deep mid-wicket. Another run for Williams takes him on to 14, and it's 82 now for the loss of 5. So Mentos has 7, Two batters meet in mid-pitch to have a little chat. In fact, it's the end of over number 14. So after 14 overs, the Beamerz are 82 for 5. We'll get another quick word in from Zulma O. And then to take you through perhaps until or very deep into the proceedings here, it will be Ralph Hodge.
Yes, Steve, thank you very much. We just had an offer from a very popular guy who says that he will offer $50 to the batsman who faces with the most balls and made the less runs. And he will also offer the bowler who bowls with the most balls and did not get a wicket. He will also receive $50. And we want to thank that sponsor very much, and we are encouraging others to come aboard and continue to support this worthy cause.
Nice teaming up with you, Zulma. It's time, I think, that we have more females involved in the administration and the officialdom in cricket. I'm certain you're going to love this. It's a game where there should be quite a lot of discipline and certainly a lot of entertainment. It's now 40 with the ball. 40 with the ball. Okay, it's Langerfeld. Langerfeld it is, who will be bowling from the pavilion end. We are now into the 15th over, and still over 50 runs to make for the Beamerz if they want to surpass the 140. 82 for the loss of 5 wickets to score. The not out batsman, or the batsman out in the middle, Williams on 14 and Wasim Mintos on 7. So all seems to be well now as umpire John signals we are ready to proceed. Terence Adams is coming from in the onside, coming into the offside to make it a man on the third man boundary, a deep backward point, a sweeper out on the cover boundary. Adams at extra cover, and a fielder in Dan Proctor way out on the long off boundary. That's the offside field for Langerfeld to bowl to Williams. Williams sporting look like a white helmet, and Mintos a red helmet. Into the 15th over we go as the bowler runs away from us now, passes umpire John, bowls to the batsman in Williams, who steers it into the offside, gets a single. So the score moves on to 83 for the loss of 5 wickets, and Williams on to 15. So a match in which the Super Sixers, they won the toss, they elected to bat, they reached 139 after being pinned back in their 20 overs because they were going great guns in the first part of the innings. And Langerfeld now, and well driven into the extra cover region. Dan Proctor will have to move to his left and to cut it off. So there is a single to Mintos, takes him on to 8, the total on to 84 for the loss of 5 wickets. So the Beamerz up against it at the moment, 84 for the loss of 5 wickets. And here is the batsman in Williams trying to steer it down to third man, but not successful, and the wicketkeeper takes it quite low down, moving fractionally to his left. So on the leg side there is a fielder look like down at long on. Here is Langerfeld, and he's driving this time off the back foot, but in the backward point region cannot get any addition to the total. Mintos looking for a single, but the single is not on. So the ploy seems to be to keep it outside the off stump and force the batsman to play into the offside. We cannot say to a shorter side or a longer side is because these boundaries here are exceedingly long for this version of the game. Here is Lagerfeld. Short, and the batsman is flashing and missing. So Williams getting sort of a loose ball on that occasion. His eyes lit up and he fired at it outside the off stump with all his might, but could not get a touch onto it. So Williams is facing Lagerfeld. Lagerfeld probably deep in his spell now. Runs away from us and bowls to Williams. Williams steers it into the onside. Nice looking full face of the bat. They are going to come back for a second run, and they get back successfully too. So quite a challenge on that occasion, but Williams and Mintos decide we are coming for two. They came for the two, got through successfully, and they take it on to 86. Zulma. Okay, you're getting your feet off the ground. That's all right. I'm certain one of these days you'll be right into it like any one of us. Once you would have gotten the technical things of the game under control. But we are now into the 16th over, 15 gone. It's 86 for the loss of 5 wickets, 14 and 40. We are talking 54 runs. Looks like there's a change in bowling at the far end. I will confirm with the scorer, the bowler. So you're not missing any cricket. It is the end of the over. A new over is starting now. The bowler comes towards us, and here is hammered out to long on. They will only get a single. That was Mintos on that occasion, getting a ball pitched up to him and driving down to long on for a single. He is on 9. The total is on 87 for the loss of 5 wickets. So Michael Thomas is the bowler. The scorer has confirmed for us from the far end. And here is the batsman Williams pulling it into the mid-wicket region. He gets one, takes him on to 18, and the total on to 88 for the loss of 5 wickets. So the time is of the essence now as far as both teams are concerned, and more so as far as the Beamerz would be concerned. Thomas outside the off stump, swinging at it. The wicketkeeper is running towards, running backwards, but there cannot be any chance of getting out because the ball is dropping between the wicketkeeper and the fielder coming from the backward point region. And Mintos moves on by 2 to 11. This total now is 90 for the loss of 5 wickets. And the batsman realize the importance now in the innings going deep in, and they are going to have a fire at everything. The bowler will want to certainly have another say in that. So
the heat is now on for the Beamerz, ref.
Oh yeah, the Beamerz is actually now trying to say, look, we have to go at virtually everything. And Thomas running up missed his mark, did not deliver the ball on that occasion. Actually, the ball dropped out of his hand on his way towards his delivery stride. Umpire Calvin Hughes at the far end, and umpire John at the northern end. So here we are with Thomas running towards us, short in the trying to swing it down the leg side off his pads, and the wicketkeeper just goes to his left hand and actually takes it. So should be quite a good afternoon for the fielders here because the sun is not that blazing, so they still will have some hustle in them as we go deep into this match. The Beamerz looking for their first win, so would be the 76ers, and pulled into the onside, hammered away down towards long on. The fielder, a very careless bit of feeling, one of the worst bits of feeling you will see. He went down to accommodatingly take it, and the ball just bounced out of his hands and into the boundary for 4. So
apparently he took it for granted that he would, grab onto that ball.
Yes, so when that's the case, he was careless because he didn't put his body behind it. That's one of the elements of fielding. Here is Thomas towards us now to bowl to, and they pulled into the onside in the mid wicket, just a couple meters in from the boundary. Actually did the fielding. Mentos on 16 and the total on to 95 for the loss of 5 wickets, and the end of an over where we saw some element of urgency coming from the Beamerz as well.
That was over number 15.
Over number 15 completed, over number 16 completed.
So we're now entering number 17.
Yeah, we are now entering on the 17th over. So we are talking 4 overs to go, and we have 45 runs to. So we are talking about 11 runs per over from here on in. So the Beamerz will want to push it along. The 76ers will want to control it. A couple of big hits will change it, but as I often refer to cricket as a one-ball game, whether it's hitting a 6 or 4, whether it's getting a wicket, whether it's misfielding, it's a ball at a time. So we notice from this end now we are going to see so it appears to be Musimba bowing to bowl from our end now, running away from us into his last over, no doubt. And the wide down the leg side, and they are going to run 2 wides, they are going to run a third, and they will have to certainly reload. So we wait the signal from, he signal leg buys. So it's actually 2 leg buys, extras move on by 2, the total by 2 to 97 for the loss of 5 wickets. Actually, in trying to swing it down the leg side on that occasion, the ball came off the pads. Here is Musimba Brown, bowls to, and he's swinging this, missing, and the wicketkeeper took it. There was Mentos having a big swipe that time, aiming somewhere down towards the mid-wicket area, but did not get a touch on it. And the batters know that they are going to have to push it along, because they still require quite a couple of runs. Where we see Brown bowling now, actually setting the field. Now the umpires are asking players from the team who the shirts are the same to just get a little way from the boundary edge. That has been accomplished. Now Musimba to bowl to Mentos, bowls now and missing. Mentos trying to come down the ground towards long on with a ball that was well up to him. Didn't get a touch, and the wicketkeeper accommodated behind by taking. So into the 16th, 17th over now of the second weekend of the APL. Here now is Musimba Brown, tall, lanky police officer, bowls to, and he's bowled him. He's bowled him. Mentos having a swing on that occasion and actually missed it, and he lost his wicket. So Mentos bowled Brown, Bowen, for 16, and the score now is on 97. So we're still talking about another 43 runs to overtake him in 3 overs. We are around 13 runs and over. The run rate per over crept up because Mosimba Brown was giving away very little as far as that over is concerned. After a loosener in the first ball, which was down the leg side for leg buys, he actually was somewhere outside the off stump all along and had the batsman fishing for it, not getting it, missing it on this occasion, and actually bowling was in Minto. So it looks like the new batsman now is Shaka Hodge to continue the work for the Beamerz. So still early time in the season, but no team which certainly wants to go down 2 this early, but that's a part of the game if it does happen. So Mosimbo hands akimbo, now gets the ball from umpire John and will bowl to Shaka Hodge. So goes away from us now to bowl to Hodge, and he plays it into the onside, will get a single, and more than likely they are going to come back for 2. A bit of bad footwork there from the fielder, which will allow Hodge to move on to 2, takes the total on to 99. 99 for the loss of 6 wickets, the Beamerz. In the cool of the afternoon at the James Ronald Webster Park, and the batsman swinging that time, not getting it wide is signalled, so the Beamerz would have reached the 100 mark. 100 for the loss of 6 wickets. We are talking another 40 runs in 3 overs. Here is Hodge driving out to mid-off, and Dan Proctor is going to come off the boundary, do the fielding, and they get a single, takes Hodge on to 3, and the total on to 101 for the loss of 6 wickets. The end of quite a tidy over from Mosimbo Brown, where we are talking another 13 runs per over, and there has to be some very big hitting. We are seeing players going onto the field. We are wondering what is happening. The batter is coming off the field, and it appears that more than likely the batter will be retiring. So that would be another wicket lost by the Beamerz. We will sort that out as we go along, is because a new batsman has come in to replace him. We certainly have to entertain players from other islands, and if you are from St. Martin and you have to go back to St. Martin for work tomorrow, you are going to have to get on the 5:30 ferry. I am suspecting that is what has happened, but we do not know the exact position. But let's assume that is the case. So that even makes it more difficult for the Beamerz at the moment. In the APL, there are quite a couple cricketers from other islands who are playing in the league, and those from St. Martin are the most vulnerable, is because they will have to get back home by the 5:30 boat. Okay, so here is Hodge steering it into the offside. Steers it into the offside, gets a single, takes the total on to 102. And his personal total on to 4. So we are now in the 18th over. So the match actually phasing down now. Another 17 balls to go. Another 2 wickets to go for the Beamerz. And another 38 runs. Here is, and pulls it into the onside, will get a single. So The new batsman, it looks like Ron Rogers. Well, let's. Ron Rogers, he moves on to 1, and the total on 103 for. And well driven on that occasion out towards long on. They are going to get a single, takes Hodge on to 5, and the Beamerz on to 104. But 104 for the loss of 7 wickets. If we believe it could very well be 8. Here is swinging this one into the leg side and into the boundary for 4. That was a short ball, and the batsman actually just swiveled and heisted it over the square leg and into the boundary for 4. He moves on to 5, and the total on to 109. 109 for the loss of 7 or 8 wickets in the bowls now, and the batters cutting. They are going to go for a single. The fielder is in quite sharply and prevents any chance of a single, so the score remains on 109. 109 for the loss of 8 wickets. We assume that Williams has retired on 18. Here is outside the off stump. The batter is flashing but cannot get bat onto it, and we have now completed the 18th over. So 18 overs gone. We are still 31 runs behind, and with two overs to go, it looks like a water break, or the fielders are changing around. They are changing pads. It looked like changing wicket keeper. That's what it appears to be. They have brought on a new set of pads, and actually the someone and is adjusting the pads, and the wicketkeeper is going off. Maybe we have another situation where the wicketkeeper is from St. Martin, and he will want to catch the 5:30 boat also. So that will be very interesting. Any comments, Zulma?
As the sun goes down and the game is almost to an end, as we are now into the 19th over, which means that there are just 2 overs left to go. We expect that the Beamerz will get a little more into the game and get those runs going.
Well, yes, Zulma, they will have to at least attempt to get into it, is because the shortened version of the game, it ain't only about losing wickets. Primarily is about getting runs when you're batting second. But the conditions here are cool and nice for batting. It has petered out into a sort of friendly affair now, with Williams retiring, I assume, a while ago, and the wicketkeeper actually coming off the field. Is my suspicion that both of them are actually trying to catch the 5:30 ferry from Blowing Point to go to St. Martin to take up work on in the upcoming week. Out in the middle, we have, it looks like, Mosimba Brown, who is going to bowl to Shaka Hodge, and it's Damien Hodge, actually. Damien Hodge, who will be bowling from the pavilion end. He will be bowling to Shaka Hodge. So we are talking 12 balls to go and 31 runs to make. Not impossible, but it is somewhat improbable at the moment. Damien, right arm, medium pace. Now it seems like like all is well. Okay, he moves away from the top of his run to go into bowl to Shaka Hodge. Driving up to the field in the deep. They're looking for a second, but there's no second in that. So certainly that was a no ball. So we are talking 111 for the loss of 8 wickets. So Shaka Hodge moves on to 6, and we have Rogers, I assume the batsman, is on 5. So a free hit, the batsman guilty of overstepping on that occasion. Here is Damien Hodge once again. Runs in, bowls to, and the batsman is swinging and gets home. The batsman is not that quick. The free hit advances by 1 to 6. The score is 112. 112 for the loss of 8 wickets. Okay. Well, the ball reaching the boundary now certainly will help if it can be done. Here, and Hodge heists that, and it's gone. It's gone. Gets a short ball and deposits it on the roof of the western stand to take him to 12, and the score 118. 118 for the loss of 8 wickets. Damien Hodge guilty of bowling. It was not all that short, but Hodge got the willing bounce and actually lifted it into the onside. The fielder on the boundary looking up, believing there was a chance, but at the end there was virtually no chance. So Hodge on 12, the total on 118 for the loss of 8 wickets. So every extra run will help at this point in time. Here is Damien to bowl to Hodge, and he drives out to mid-on, and they will settle for 1. Hodge moves on to 13, and the total on to 119 for the loss of 8 wickets. Let's see where Hodge goes now. That is Damien Hodge. Bowls to driving and missing, and there is an extra that time, a bye. So extras move on by 1, the total to 120. 120 for the loss of 8 wickets, and ending up to be quite an interesting match. The Farrington Super Sixers still in the ascendancy. The Damien Hodge bowling now. So Shaka Hodge, an almighty swing, but the ball just balloons into the offside and they can get no run. The batters now will be looking to clear the boundaries, because that is the only way you can get nearer that 140. The ones will not do much on this occasion, and certainly Damien Hodge must keep away from the slot. He must be at a length that has the batsman in the middle here. No. So a ball that passed the head of the batsman. We are waiting to see. There is some query on the field, but certainly if that is not a no ball, nothing in cricket is a no ball. Is because the ball virtually passed helmet high, full, and maybe above head high too. So the So the result is that it's the end of the over, and the total stays on 120 for the loss of 8 wickets. So there was some querying. The umpires said nothing, and that is the way it ended. But from from the normal eyesight, once the ball goes over your shoulder, full over your shoulder, you know it's a no ball, and certainly that one did go in that direction, but the umpires control the game. That's the important thing. So there was no call either by square leg or by the fishing umpire. 119. In 18. So, according to our official scorer, 119 for the loss of 8 wickets. So, look like Terry Adams, the most experienced campaigner in the 76ers, he will bowl the final over. And some adjustment to the field, 6 balls to go, 20 runs to make. To get 5 boundaries is asking quite a bit. So one would have to presume that the better positioned team at the moment has to be the 76ers. And the Super Sixers, the 76ers, the basketball team. So thanks for actually getting me on the correct track, Zulma. So here goes the final over. Terry Adams bowls, and he's swinging it into the onside and into the boundary for 4. So 123. $123 for the loss of 8 wickets. Terry Adams actually repositioning his field in the onside, and they are actually doing some adjustment to the leg side field. They are sending out a deep square leg and a deep mid wicket. Adams bowling some slow right arm. He's coming up now to bowl to the batter in. So they run 1. So the batter is on to 11 now. The score is on to 124. 124 for the loss of 8 wickets. So Hodge taps away at his bat now, faces Terry Adams, and drives it into the onside. Can only get a single is because the fielder from mid-on comes to his left, do the fielding, and 125 for the loss of 8 wickets. Hodge on 14, Rogers it is on 11. So swinging this into the onside, they are going to go for 2. More than likely they've settled for 1. This total is 126 for 8, and it would appear to be virtually the end of it now, Zulmas, because they only a couple of balls to go, and the maximum runs you're going to get from a legal ball would be 6. So, assuming all things go naturally, Terry Adams just adjusting the field a bit and will be bowling to Hodge now. Bowls to Hodge. Hodge plays it into the onside, right up in the crease. We had Adams on that occasion. Hodge moves on to 15, and the total on to 127 for the loss of 8 wickets.
And this is a good time to tell the listening public that we've got another offer here for the bowler with the most wickets. He will receive $50 and the batsman with the most runs will also receive $50 and this is from the Stony Ground Working Group and we would like to thank the Stony Ground Working Group for their gracious offer.
Yeah, actually the match is ended. The Beamerz 127 for the loss of 8 wickets, and that is assuming that Williams actually retired for 18. So quite a good game of cricket here. Started quite attacking, quite competitively, and with the Beamerz ending up some 12 runs, 13 runs short of the target, and certainly a very good weekend for the Anguilla Premier League. The match yesterday and today's match, and the Farrington team is having a little chat in the middle, probably congratulating each other for a match well played. It's early in the season. You won't get the best out of your cricketers at this point in time, but always that early win does good for you. The Beamerz will be very disappointed that they did not reach the target of 140, but you could have seen that bit of improvement today as compared to the first match. And this certainly, Zolma, as I said early on, welcome to the commentary team, and certainly we will have you as a permanent fixture in our team here.
Yes, thank you so much for your So, as the game comes to an end this afternoon, we'd just like to run down our sponsors. We are so grateful for them. We want to thank them very much for their sponsorship. And there are Jeris Sudar, Mihar J. Sudar, American University of Anguilla, Aurora Resort and Golf Club, Magical Insurance, Zemi Beach, Carita Walgreen Lendum, Republic Bank Anguilla, National Commercial Bank of Anguilla, Sid and Pete Supermarket, Anguilla Electronics, Best Buy Supermarket, Digicel, King Ocean, Safe Cargo, Radio Anguilla. We thank Radio Anguilla very much for being the commentary live. Class FM, Lloyd's Live, Mega Charles 54 and Clean Street. And we also like to say that the batsman who faces the most balls and to make the less runs will receive $50, whereas the bowler who bowls the most balls and did not get a wicket will receive $50. And this offer came to us from Joseph Beamerz, who is also a sponsor. Also, the bowler with the most wickets will receive $50, and the batsman with the most runs will also receive $50. And this offer comes from the Stony Ground Working Group. And we want to thank all our sponsors for joining in and contributing towards the worthy cause.
Well, certainly without sponsors, we will be nowhere, and we want to thank them and thank them from the depths of our heart. We also want to say thank you to all of the folk who have been involved in carrying the commentary, all of the commentary team. To call the names I might miss out, so I do not want to do that. And to those who have live streamed it from here to other parts of the world. And certainly a good game of cricket today, a good game of cricket over the weekend, and certainly one will hope that as the season continues, we'll be seeing even a higher grade cricket as the players are more fit, as the players get into the season more. And we want to also thank the public for giving up of their time to come out and look at the match. And certainly those who actually work here at the James Ronald Webster Park, they do a fantastic job. I want to thank the people from the sports department and our curator Bobby Blacks. He is doing a very wonderful job on pitch preparation. actually having the pitch in order and having it well marked out. And certainly those who keep the grass on the park looking green and nice despite the drought at the moment. If you come to the James Ronald Webster Park, you're going to see nice patches of green, and certainly that is always enjoyable. So on behalf of Zulma and myself and all the other commentators today, thank you for tuning in and for listening to the APL 2, and certainly it's now back over to Master Control.
But before we go, Ralph, we'd like to remind the general public that next weekend the Razor Massive versus the Farrington Superstars will take place here at the RWP on Saturday, May the 21st, starting at 1 p.m. And then on Sunday, the 22nd, at 1 p.m., the Beamerz versus the Pointers. So we look forward to seeing all of you here and all of you tuning into the various medias for commentary live from the JRW.
Just having said that, it's back to our studios. Thanks.
I was telling you that they're not good to be there. You get poison.
Oh Jesus.
Oh
Oh God.
You get sick and
Thanks.
Can see. You want to hold these?
Are all these marked on?
No.
I may have one of them or something.
Hold on to them first.
Where did this post?
I don't know.
They need this stuff. That is every week they bring a new one.
Yeah, I will.
You get
So they don't need to come in and